Yo, 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 yo. I'm a little behind, but I'm still fine. Let's see here. Let's make sure all my business is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Standing on principles. Dig that. Hold up. Everybody joining, coming in. It's all love. Hope y'all done had a great motherfucking week, dog. Hope your week has been filled with unexpected breakthroughs. Merging with the divine nature of man. Of you. What are you? Who are you? We are you. Where are you? Get your asses in here. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, y'all? Let me start this off with saying, Sunshine Chick, what's happening? Sunshine Chick, SOPSO motherfucking P. Always standing on principle. Today, today we are getting into it. Today we hopping into it. Today we hopping into it. I had prolonged this book for a while, but now we here, and I think it's a great I think it's a great way to really. It's still the beginning of 2020. Still beginning of 2025. I think this is a great way to start out the beginning of 2025. I have been heavily in this pedantic information. I'm coming through, right? Jerome, peace, peace, peace for showing up, for showing up. We finna get started, y'all. Let me know if my I'm coming through. Jerome here for the Jnana. For the Jnana yoga. Oh, we finna get into it. Jerome, this your first time tapping in. Not sure, but if it is, make sure you hit that like button for us. Hit that subscribe button if you end up liking the content that you're seeing here. And we reading Young Yoga by Swami Vivekananda. Um, this is a series of lectures by Swami Vivekananda. If you never heard of Swami Vivekananda, I definitely advise you do some research on him. He one of them ones for real. He one of them ones. So, and I'm here to let people know like this right here is a form of yoga. Like we are occultists, we are students of the occult. So that means we take information from everywhere and get the subtle understandings of what all these fucking religions or occultists or different spiritual systems, what all they take in, and we sift through it and pick out the principles of it. 'Cause this is cosmic P over here. This is cosmic P. This is what we stand on over here. Okay. What Jerome say second, looking forward to the combo. Tesla lover and Tesla love younger. Ah, okay. Hey, you know what? Come to find out as well. I know not many know. I was having this conversation with Travis Majors, and we was talking about. I was talking about some shit I found out about Swami Vivekananda. So come to find out, Swami Vivekananda had a deep conversation with who everybody hates. One of the people that we say are the man of the Illuminati, John D. Rockefeller. Yeah, the Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller. Bet you didn't know that. I didn't either. But doing some research found out that he met him. So check this out. This lines up. So because once you this is dope because you figure out like all these people get this information or this shit from somebody else. So you know John D. Rockefeller is like own nothing, control everything, right? So and for those that do know commercial law, John D. Rockefeller moves with the mindset of putting everything into damn how to a trust. So the whole mindset of an unincorporated trust is to own nothing. Literally, while we were running around here, everybody talking about like I want to own this and ownership of this or ownership of that. It's like no, the point is to own nothing. Literally, to own nothing. Why? See, this is a Gyanya Vedantic a Gyanin shit man, I always fuck up these words, but this is a Gyanya Vedantic type of philosophical way of thinking. Swami Vivekananda had the conversation. Let me get to it. Swami Vivekananda had a conversation with John D. Rockefeller, right? And John D. Rockefeller comes to Swami Vivekananda and telling him, like, I own all this. I'm doing great in business. I'm this and this and that. And I got all this in the world, but I'm still unhappy. I don't know what it is. For some reason, I'm still unhappy. I'm like, damn. Okay, so once he tell him that, and they have a sit down and talk, and you understand the way Swami Vivekananda moves in and throughout the world, right? You own nothing because you don't own this body. You see what I'm saying? You can't own anything in this world. So his problem, he was helping him. His problem was being too attached to the material universe. He gave him some advice on karma yoga, right? He gave this guy some advice on karma yoga. Sunshine Chick just dropped the PDF in the chat. So Swami Vivekananda gave him some advice on karma yoga, and the guy ended up becoming a philanthropist. I'm not here to say he is or he's not, but what I'm saying is he got the whole concept of own nothing, control everything, or own nothing and be happy. Year 2030. Y'all didn't heard that before. The 2030 whole myth about, what I'm saying, own nothing, be happy, or own nothing, control everything. He got that gem from Swami Vivekananda. Look it up. They actually met. They had a conversation, and it's documented. And that's part of the, like, this form of yogas, really all yoga and tantra, really. You know what I'm saying? Being a level of detachment. You see what I'm saying? Not being emotionless, but detached because you see the divine in everything around this motherfucker. And see, Orca Defa said Socrates was the wisest because he understood he knew nothing. He owned nothing. Ah, okay. Okay, see, I ain't know that. See, that's a gem right there. I ain't know that. I ain't know that. And see, and that's coming into realization, understanding of what we about to get into today, the real nature of man. I don't want to jump ahead, but hey, let's see. I practiced young since 2012. I'm here to listen. Okay, dope, dope, dope. And I've been reading actually, been in Shankarya. I can't say his name, dealing with, but see, because there's different, just like any other sector, there's so many different lanes when you go into this this Vedanta. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know it's different ones amongst all of them, but I've been dealing with the Advaita Vedanta lately, and I just think this is a good segue to go on and swerve into that. Understanding, because a lot of people don't know there's different yogas. A lot of people still think there's the bending. I think that's hatha yoga. A lot of people still think that it's only the bending and stretching yoga. Damn, I'm supposed to be live on Instagram, and I'm not. Hold up, y'all. But y'all can still see me though. But a lot of people still think that bending and stretching yoga is the only yoga that exists, but it's not. And it's yang yoga. A brief overview of yang yoga is basically a philosophical path to enlightenment, right? So you're doing a philosophical inquiry of self. So you bending and stretching the goddamn mind. And I don't want to go too deep because we're gonna get to it, but yang yoga is the path of knowledge versus where you got the Raja Yoga, where you do the meditation, you sit, be still, to have a realization of God, where you had a Bhakti Yoga, the pure devotional form, like pure everything is devoted to your personal deity, whichever deity that you choose, you know what I'm saying, rituals and all of that. So ceremonial magic will go into Bhakti Yoga and all that type of shit. And then you go into Karma Yoga, where you see your, you know what I'm saying, where you're serving your God by doing actions, thoughtful and less impersonal actions for the beings that surround you in this world. And then we said Raj, and then we have this, the philosophical inquiry path of knowledge type of yoga. This is more my speed. But you don't have to just be, oh, I'm only knowledge yoga or I'm only bhakti yoga. So for some people, and they say this, the easiest way for a lot of people in this day and age is the path of devotion. Because all you got to do is just believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you believe, you're good. But when you get to Gyung Yoga, it's not about belief. We not believe what? We not believing shit. We're going to know. We're going to have a real deal realization. Dub VT, peace, peace, peace. Okay, okay, Jerome. I'm not finna fuck up the, I know I'm not finna fuck up all the words, though. But y'all see what Jerome just said, right? So you gotta excuse us. I don't know how great you are at since your first time here, but I don't know how great you are at pronouncing those words. By the way you type that out, I know you know how to pronounce those words pretty good. I am not the best. But nah, real shit. Appreciate you showing up, Jerome. We're gonna go on to get this thing started. A Cult Sunday service is just not getting back, just getting back popping. So the word to get back out there. We keep going. We keep posting it. Make sure y'all here. Y'all hit that like button. He said, "I'm still a nigga, bro. You ain't gotta tell me you a nigga with a name, with your name being Jerome. If your name Jerome and you a wigger, boy, I tell you one goddamn thing. The word is coming to an end. Might need to go back to the church. But nah, I done met some older white dudes named Jerome. So, but let's go on to get into it, y'all. I'm gonna pull up the PDF as well. I still haven't rainwater, peace, peace. Coming in, standing on motherfucking principle. We finna get this shit popping. We ain't gonna wait not one more second. Hold up. Let me get my handsome face out the way and get the page popping. Now I'm gonna be reading from my book as well. Um, hopefully this is showing clear enough so that y'all can follow along. But I know a lot of people really just like to listen anyway. I'm not the world greatest reader, but J Bahel, peace, peace, peace. Let's see here. J Bahel says, much love, fam. Hold up, much love, family. Out in the woods. But our Heavenly Father bless my service to show love. All right, that's all we care about right here, J Bahel. I thought you was just in Sin City, J Bahel, making that money, rolling some dough. Don't tell me you blew all the dough and you gotta live in the woods now, brother. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. You live to fight another day, Craig. Remember, no obstacles will apprehend you. Peace and love to you, J. By here, bro. Appreciate you for always just stopping through the showing love. That's all you got the chance to do. All right, y'all. Let's start this up. Let's pop this off. About a 20-page chapter, so we probably gonna. So check this out. Also, if you are joining, we have I already created a study guide. Click the link in the description. There is a study guide for this chapter specifically. And if depending on if y'all actually get these study guides and if people start liking them, I'll continue to give study guides for each chapter. That way you get a brief overview. Say if you got to dip out, you know what I'm saying, and you can't pay attention to the whole what's the name, I give you some for free at the end or the beginning because they're right now in the description. Um it's a damn, what is it called? A study guide for the chapter. Yeah, it's an overview study guide for the chapter. The quick little questions and shit just to make sure you get the understanding of what's being spoke about in this chapter. I'm gonna start doing it if people start, if people start responding well to it. If not, I'll stop doing it. I want to put the work in and don't nobody actually use the shit or appreciate the shit, you know. But I know somebody will, but as long as y'all let me know that y'all fucking with it, we good. So we can go ahead and get this chapter started. We can get this party started. Damn, let me get my live chat on my phone as well, y'all. Hold up. All right. So it says the real nature of man. He delivered this in London, probably. Hold up. He delivered this in London. So Obviously he came to America and delivered these speeches. It's a reason why I'm bringing up, because this is like a real OG when you want to talk about spirituality and enlightenment and all this stuff. As we know, all this occult information that we got, they've taken from the East, right? They gotten from the East. One thing, let me say this a little brief overview, so some people feel like, why we doing this, why we ain't doing. Oh, so Sunshine Chick, my bad. With this first chapter, I don't have it in my damn book. I don't have it in my book. So the one that that's up here, this is the only one that got the chapter. Um, my book doesn't have this chapter, the first chapter. So if anybody has the first chapter in a book, I'll go back and read it from the screen. But I'd rather not. But I'm talking about right now to just to, keep in alignment with my book, because I get lost with my book. So at the end of the book, people want to read it, we'll go back and read that chapter, which I think it is useful, but it's just not in. I got two of the same books, and neither one of the books that I have don't have that first chapter in it. So I'm like, I don't know, fuck around and be reading some shit that wasn't even his words. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So not that I'm trying to skip over and hide no information, but like I got two of the same books, different publishings, and neither one of them had that first chapter in it. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? My bad. Went to Vegas to celebrate the goddess, and now a stop in the wilderness. Okay, okay. You know what Jesus did in the wilderness, brother. Get out there and get busy. All right, y'all. Let's go on and start it off. But yeah, so he delivered a series of speeches to the West. So he's the reason why a lot of this Vedic shit or Vedantic information came over here, was because Vivekananda said this. Matter of fact, that's what Vivekananda said. Speaking of the woods, he said, is like, I'm gonna take this information like this. Vivekananda was like, basically, we're in a different age. I'm not about to keep this shit over here in India to the man of the woods, because in India they spoke about the great sages and swamis and the monks and shit. They went on off to the woods with the information. You see what I'm saying? He's like, no, this is a new age and time during like 1860s or something like this, if I'm not mistaken. And he was like, no, this is a different time. Like, everybody deserves to get this information. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people, even in pre American times, people's taking and stealing, not technically stealing, but using the information and glossing over like it's yours, like it's theirs, and then shitting on the people they got it from. In a little brief and even more briefer history, but people like, oh, the Indians took it from Kemet. It's like, no, you need to do your research. These are pre-dynastic Egyptians that went over there, Kushites. Hence why they call it the Kush Mountains, the Indus Kush Mountains. I always got to get that for some people who need that cultural background. Let's get into it. The real nature of man. Where is my? So we're gonna have a problem. I ain't got my highlighter. All right. The real nature of man. Great is the tenacity with which man clings to the senses. He started off with a goddamn gem already. If you were here, you watched the live video we did. I did last Sunday on what do we talk about? Monitoring spirits. Gave a PDF study guide of that as well. How much do we cling to our goddamn senses, right? Yet, however substantial he may think the external world in which he lives and moves, there comes at a time in hold up. Yet, however substantial he may think the external world in which he lives and moves, there comes a time in the lives of individuals and of races when involuntarily they ask, is this real? To the person who never finds a moment to question the credentials of his senses, whose every moment is occupied with some sort of sense enjoyment, every moment with some sort of sense enjoyment, even to him, death comes. And he also is compelled to ask, is this real? Religion begins with this question and ends with its answer. Even in the remote past, where recorded history cannot help us in the mysterious light of mythology, back in the dim twilight of civilization, we find that the same question was asked. What becomes of this? Is this real? One of the most poetical of the Upanishads, the Katha Upanishad, which is a fire one, begins with the inquiry. Keyword, the inquiry. When a man dies, there is a dispute. One party declares that he has gone for forever. The other insists that he is still living. Which is the truth? Various answers have been given. The whole sphere of metaphysics, philosophy, and religion is filled with the various answers to this question. At the same time, attempts have been made to suppress it, to 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 put a stop to the unrest of the mind, which asks, "What is beyond? What is real?" But so long as death remains, all these attempts at suppression will prove unsuccessful. Hold on, let's see that. See, this the part that sucks. So I got to keep looking up here, seeing if it's even. Who on here is actually reading the page on the screen? Hold up. All right, well. Okay, I guess okay, okay, we'll keep going then. Let's see. This one here ends at on the other hand. Okay. So we may talk about seeing nothing beyond and keeping all our hopes and aspirations. Hold up. Damn. Why would they? Okay, that's a typo. But keep all our hopes and aspiration confined to the present moment and struggle hard to not think of anything beyond the world of the senses. Okay. Sunshine shit say she reading the what's her name. Hold up, Dan. What you say, Jerome? Hold up. Sensible people. People completely ruled by their senses. There is a signal in the radio. The radio is just an instrument, save as the body. Facts. Facts. See, yeah, that's some real heavy Vedantic shit right there. That's what we getting into. And I got a big presentation leading up to this. I want to start off with this book though. So over the next series of videos, it'll be very Vedantic. Some very Vedanta type of talk I got going on. Especially if y'all been following my Instagram shit, you already been hearing it and seeing it. Okay. And perhaps everything outside hold up and perhaps everything outside may help to keep us limited within its narrow bounds. Let's read that again. Hold up. We may talk about seeing nothing beyond and keeping all our hopes and aspirations confined to the present moment and struggle hard not to think of anything beyond the world of senses. And perhaps everything outside may help us keep limited within its narrow bounds. Peace, peace, Don Tree, peace, Don Tree. My guy always standing on motherfucking principle. That's my guy. That's my dog. Appreciate you for showing up, Brody. The whole world may combine to prevent us from broadening out beyond the present. This is key. Yet, so long there is a death. The question must come again and again. Is death the end of all these things to which we are clinging? As if they were the most real of all realities. Is death the end of all these things to which we are clinging, as if they were the most real of all realities? The substantial, the most substantial of all substances, the world vanishes in a moment and is gone. Standing on the brink of the precipice, beyond which is the infinite, yawning chasm. Every mind, however hardened, is bound to recoil and ask, is this Real. So you can keep what he's saying here. You're getting to the point like you can keep ignoring the fact. I know ain't nobody over here, but just in case somebody ends up watching the video after the case, right? So just in case somebody appreciate you, Jerome. Appreciate you, Jerome. Hopefully you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button too as well. And if you can, Jerome, everybody, if you just joining, I have a PDF in my damn. Let me get that link. I got a PDF in my oh, I have the near agenda copy. Thank you so much for the PDF. Okay, okay, bet. WVT say, yeah, I got that one too, but I never read it. I got that courtesy of Trav. Matter of fact, I ended up trying to get that one the first time locally before I ordered on Amazon and ended up getting Swami Vivekananda's version and found out that one the one that Trav had recommended to me. And I'm like, damn, well, okay. Let me go on and get the one Trav recommended. I still haven't popped that one open. So now I'm understanding the difference by getting deep into this Vedanta. I'm understanding the difference between Tantra, yoga, and Vedanta. Definite. So I was super inspired by listening to or reading Swami Vivekananda. So listen, everybody, I got a PDF study guide for those. Hold up. Let me go to my Google Drive and drop the what's the name in the comments. I got a study guide for this. So if you're just tuning in, make sure you click and download that free study guide. I actually wanted to do it to the point like MailChimp, set up and get some email lists. Because y'all know, like, one day YouTube can fuck up and, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, Nick can't stream no more. You know, and I still want to be in touch with my people and still have a platform to reach out with everybody, you know what I'm saying? So next time we get on here, I promise I will have like a MailChimp something set up where you just swap your email. Don't worry, I'm not finna sit here and spam your email. It's just a way for us to stay connected on some cosmic peace shit. See what I'm saying? We don't want to leave our connection up to just YouTube and a great big tech companies. You get what I'm saying? You smell me. You feel me? So I'm getting this I'm copying this link. Give me 1 second, y'all. Stick out, ride out with me, ride out with me. Anyone with the link can get it. Boom. So here's the downloadable PDF of a study guide. I created a study guide. Like I said, if people see it useful and appropriate, I'll continue to do these type of things. If not, I ain't tripping. But I just thought it'd be helpful for some people coming in. And matter of fact, let's see, can I pin that comment? Drop it again and then put free PDF at the beginning. And it's just a study guide for this chapter. And I'll continue to do this if people respond well to it. People respond well to it, I guess. If not, it's cool. Y'all still showing up, showing love. It works out for me. Let me see if I can pin this. Boom. There we go. So I pin it right there. So anybody coming in, there's the PDF study guide. Just download it. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think. Hit me in the DMs or whatnot. Let me know what y'all think about it. Let's see. Love the study guide. Thanks for all. Mystical Koala showing up. What's happening? What's happening? Appreciate you, Mystical Koala, for showing up on this what is it, a Coat Sunday service, standing on principle with us. Appreciate you for showing up. That's love right there. Okay, and obviously I'm assuming you checked it out, so that's what's up. Somebody said they fuck with it. Okay, okay. The more I get it, this was perfect. Was just trying to explain definitions in another group you already have written out. I'm spreading this. Damn, see, that's why I posed to have the MailChimp to be able to see how many people can engage with it. Trav told me to do that, and I slacked on it. But it's all good. So we're creating, like I said, okay, that's what I'm saying. I wish I can create a poll and see if people like the actual PDF. I can, but I don't want to get distracted from what the business is right here, y'all. But yeah, that's why I supposed to create the PDF to be able to see how many people getting it. You know what I'm saying? And download not the PDF, but the link, a landing page to see how many people click the link and download it. You know what I'm saying? And get it. But it's all good. We will have this shit going here from here on out. Every video I do, I think a study guide would be, you know what I'm saying, coming up, sitting and contemplating, come up with a study guide would be of great service to those that want to review what it may be that we went over. So let's get it. All right. So the hopes of a lifetime, built up little by little with all the energies of a great mind, vanish in a second. Are they real? The question must be answered. Time never lessens its power. On the contrary, it adds strength to it. Did you hear that? On the contrary, time, Prakriti, Bina, strengthens itself. Saturn, Chronos, strengthens itself. Oh, damn, you know what? You actually right, Sunshine Chick. You actually right. And I wasn't even thinking in that. Damn. That's why I love y'all. Okay. Make sure you put your name on it next time, along with your social media handles. Right. Right. Damn. I'm gonna go take it down, y'all. I'm sorry. I need to put my social media and all that. I wasn't thinking about that, but that will see Sunshine Chick just gave me like an obvious thing that I fucking should have done. But I will. On these next ones, I definitely will add my stuff too. See, I was creating a landing page, right? So I didn't even think about it because you were gonna have to go through my landing page to get it, and it was gonna be cosmicppushers.com and all that shit, and you'll be able to, you know what I'm saying, get all that. But good look, Sunshine Chick. That is honestly God truth what I need to do with that. So I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Hey, damn, I love y'all. Okay. Then again, hold up. Okay. Then again, there is the desire to be happy. We run after everything to make ourselves happy. We pursue our mad career in the external world of the senses. Our made, did it say made? Oh no, our mad career in the external world of the senses. If you asked a young man with whom life is successful, he would declare that it is real. Do you hear that? Let me highlight that. If you ask somebody who doing successfully well financially in this motherfucker, hold up. If you ask a young man whose life is successful, he would declare that it is real. And he really thinks so. Perhaps when the same man grows old and finds fortune ever eluding him, he will then declare that this is the result of fate. Are y'all hearing what he's saying? Perhaps when the same man grows old and finds the fortune ever eluding him, he will then declare that this is the result of fate. He finds at last that his desires cannot be fulfilled. Wherever he goes, there is an adamantine wall beyond which he cannot pass. Every sense activity results in a reaction. So we're talking about karma here. We're talking about karma here. Everything is evanescent. Enjoyment, misery, luxury, wealth, power, and poverty. Even life itself, all are in okay, evanescent, evanescent. Hey Siri, define evanescent. Something that is quickly fading or disappearing from sight, memory, or existence is what that word means. Okay. Two positions remain to mankind. One is to believe with a nihilist that all is nothing, that we know nothing, that we can never know anything about either the future, the past, or even the present. For we must remember that he who denies the past and the future and wants to stick to the present is simply a madman. Uh oh. What is he saying? What is Swami saying? What are you getting at, Swami? I don't know now. One may as well deny the father and the mother and assert the child. It would be equally logical. To deny the past and the future, the present must inevitably be denied also. This is one this is one position, that of the nihilist. I have never seen a man who could really become a nihilist for 1 minute. Is it very easy? It is very easy to talk. Basically talk on that nihilist shit, but it's like really hard to live that shit, right? Become a nihilist, no, then there is the other position, to seek for an explanation, the seek for the real, to discover in the midst of the eternal changing and evanescent world wherever is real. To seek for the real, to discover in the midst of the eternally changing and evanescent world whatever is real. In this body, which is the aggregate of molecules of matter, is there anything which is real? This has been the search throughout the history of humankind. In the very oldest times, we often find a glimpse of light coming into man's mind. We find man even then going a step beyond this body, finding something which is not this external body, although very much like it, something much more complete, much more perfect, which remains even, which remains even when this body is dissolved. Ah. We read in a hymn of the Rig Veda addressed to the god of fire, who is burning a dead body. Carry him, fire, in your arms gently. Give him a perfect body, a bright body. Carry him where the fathers live, where there is no more sorrow, where there is no more death. Let's see. Okay, we still on this page. They call. Okay, let's see here. The same idea we shall find present in every religion, and with it we must get another idea. It is a significant fact that all religions, without one exception, hold that man is a degeneration of what he was, whether they clothe this in mythological words, or in the clear language of philosophy, or in the beautiful expression of poetry. This is the one fact that comes out of every scripture, in every mythology, that man as he is a degeneration of what he was. Hold up, damn. The man as he is a degeneration of what he was. This is the kernel of truth. This is the kernel of truth in the story of Adam's fall in the Jewish scripture. This is again, we remember, like, damn bullshit over there. They study all the faiths. You know what I'm saying? Just like a fucking occultist. Huh. Yeah. So, this is the kernel of truth in the story of Adam's fall in the Jewish scriptures. This is again and again repeated in the scriptures of the Hindus, the dream of a period which they call the age of truth, when no man died unless he wished to die, when he could keep his body as long as he liked, and his mind was pure and strong. There was no evil and no misery. In the present age is a corruption of the state of perfection. Side by side with this, we find everywhere, side by side with this, we find everywhere the story of deluge. The story itself is a proof that this present age is held by every religion to be a corruption of a former age. Let me check the comments. Okay. Oh, no, my bad. Supposed to been changed the channel. Been changed the page. Let's see. Jerome says the definition is more like losing non-courteous inequality, disappearing from the visible world, but remaining in its essence. Okay. Let me put that up there. Hasaja, peace. Hasaja. What would I do without ya? T.O., my guy, coming through, always coming through, standing on principle with us. What's happening, dog? What's happening? We dwelling on the path of yoga, the path of knowledge yoga, the yoga path of knowledge, the spiritual path of knowledge. And that's why I be telling folks, you gotta understand, man. Like, listen, if you understand, if you get into the yogas that we went over, the four major yogas, You'll look around and see every religion is a mixture of all of them or just one or mainly one. You know what I'm saying? You got your heavily devoted, then you got your heavily all about karma action. You know what I'm saying? Getting active out here with the people and serving the people. Then you got your people who heavy with not too many with the Raja, but Raja, maybe you can say prayer goes into a form of Raja yoga, and then you got the Gyung yoga, the path of philosophical knowledge and wisdom of self inquiry, which Gyung yoga is probably a little bit more difficult for a lot of people versus, what I'm saying, the other paths. But I think a lot of us occultists, students of the occult, I think it actually goes naturally with us. Obviously, you can be a mixture of all. You don't need to be just one way. But we'll get into that. Let's see. So we get down to Manu. Okay. So it went on becoming more and more corrupt until the deluge swept away a large portions of mankind. And again, the ascending series began. It is going up slowly again to reach one more that early state of purity. You are all aware of the story of the deluge in the Old Testament. The same story was current amongst the ancient Babylons and the Egyptians and the Chinese and the Hindus. Manu, a great ancient sage, was praying on the bank of the Gang or the Ganges when a little when a little minnow came to him for protection, and he put it into a pot of water. He put into a pot of water he had before him. What do you want? Asked Manu. The little minnow, the little minnow declared that it was pursued by a bigger fish and wanted protection. Manu carried the little fish home with him. By morning, the fish had become as big as the pot, and it said, I cannot live in this pot any longer. Manu put it in a tank. I know where you're going. Manu put it in a tank, and the next day, it was as big as the tank and declared it cannot live there anymore. So Manu had to take it to a river, and in the morning, the fish filled the river. Then Manu put it in the ocean, and it declared, Manu, I am the creator of the universe. I have taken this form to come and warn you that I will deluge the world. Build an ark and put it in a pair of and put a pair of every kind of animal, and let your family enter the ark. Out of the water there will protect my horn. Fasten the ark to it, and when the deluge subsides, come out in the and people come out and come out and people the earth. So come out and get nasty. So the world was deluged, and the Manu saved his own family, and two of every kind of animal, and seeds of every plant. When the deluge subsided, he came and peopled the world. And we are all called man because we were a progeny of Manu. So where did you hear that story at, right? She's going everywhere, right? But we know that we're a culture, so we understand that the same story precedes every damn culture. Now, human language is an attempt to express the truth that is within. I am fully persuaded that a baby whose language consists of unintelligible sounds is attempting to express the highest philosophy. Only the baby has not the organs to express it, nor the means. The difference between the language of the highest philosophers and the utterances of babies is one of clarity and not of kind. Did you hear that? Let's highlight that. The difference between the language of the highest philosophers and the utterances of babies is of clarity and not of kind. Only difference between, so what we saying here is language ain't really the shit. You see what I'm saying? Language is, I know he'll get to, but understanding his language is a representation. See, I can say pen, the word pen, like to write with, right? To write with a pen, but that word is not the actual thing. You see what I'm saying? It's a description of the thing. So language already sets a limitation because you can think of a black pen, a blue pen, a green pen, a unicorn pen. You can think of a lot of goddamn pens. You see what I'm saying? But the only difference is once you get into this philosophical form of understanding things, they can get more descriptive with it. They can get more elusive with the way that they describe the shit, or they can get more paradoxal with parables and all that type of shit, you know. But it just depends. But language, we gotta understand language is just the form representing, but there's a force behind the form. Remember that. There's always a force behind the form. That's why I fuck with young yoga. Because after going through that mystical Kabbalah, oh my God. And after just understanding all this occult shit that I've learned over the years, like this shit right here is some fire shit. Not so much that it's a mixture. All form at the same time is why it's why Jesus was studying with them. It was the age. The Western was Neoplatonism. Okay, agree. Neoplatonism informed both Christianity and Islam via um Plotinus. They seem conflated, but more like more like formed all at the same time. And I can believe that. You see what I'm saying? I can believe that. Obviously, there's no way that I can prove that, but I believe that. That's why I don't go for like, oh, they stole this and they stole that and they stole this. And what if just the whole planet like was at that point? What the enlightened people of the planet? Some may say, oh, but everybody was enlightened. But like, what if the people of the planet just at the same time just had the same fucking realization? You see what I'm saying? Just had the same fucking. Shout out to Joe D. Appreciate the subscription. Appreciate you. And then again, remember y'all, there's a PDF study guide um attached to this video. Please check that out. If you gotta leave early or just not, you just want to check it out, see what's going on. Um what you call the most correct systematic mathematical language of the present time in the lazy, mystical, mythological language. Damn, I read that too fast. Let me slow down. What you call the most correct systematic mathematical language of the present time in the hazy, mystical, mythological language of the ancients differ only in clarity. That's basically what I was just saying. Both of them have a grand idea behind, which is, as it were, struggling to express itself. And often behind these ancient mythologies are nuggets of truth. That's why we are not sectarian. That's why we read Jainism. That's why we read Buddhism. That's why we take in Hinduism. That's why we take in Vedantic. That's why we read the Upanishads. That's why we read the occult. Here we even got a Bible if we need to refer to it. I need to get a Quran, Buddhism, all of that. Because they all got nuggets of truth. And if you come from an age like me, where I come from, I'm a student of Brother Bobby Hemmett. He wasn't sectarian. He told you, I'll get off that straight African shit because you're going to be missing a lot of shit. All these systems around the world are fragmented. And the only way you're going to get the holistic understanding of these systems is by what? Going to each system and piecing it back together. Piecing it back together. That's what an occultist does. Everybody doesn't do that. Everybody subsides with their ego and what they identify with. Everybody sticks to what they ego identify with, and they stole this from us. Oh, this ain't African. That ain't African. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that ain't Native American or Native Indigenous. That ain't this. You know, like, hey man, you want the truth or you want your ego stroke? You know what I'm saying? You want your ideology of who you are and what you are as a fucking human stroked. You know, that made two people drop out, but that's cool because that's the real shit. Let me take a sip of water. Hold up. Am I on the right page on here? Woo. So, what does it say? There are nuggets of truth, while often, I am sorry to say, behind the fine polished phrases of the moderns is errant trash. So we need not throw thing overboard because it is clothed in mythology. Hold up. Change the page. So we need not throw things overboard because it is clothed in mythology, because it does not fit in with the notions of Mr. So and so or Mrs. So and so in modern times. Now we're getting into, you know what I'm saying? Now we're dealing with, obviously we're talking about the European philosophy and sciences, right? If people, or yeah, right, if people should laugh at religion because most religions declare that men must believe in mythologies taught by such and such a prophet, they ought to laugh more at the moderns. So, huh, huh. Let me highlight that. If people want to laugh because you didn't came into this occult shit, you ain't a Christian no more. How y'all believe in that nigga named Moses, Abraham, Joseph, and Jacob and Isaac? Like, yeah, y'all mythologists. Niggas don't know that that the mythology got all the gems in it. In modern times, if a man quotes Moses or Buddha or Christ, he is laughed at. So they was laughing at you back in 1800s, right? Moses or Buddha or Christ, he is laughed at. But let him give the name of Huxley or Tyndall or a Darwin, and it is swallowed without salt. Oh, y'all is on the dick and balls of Western science and philosophy. Mm-mm-mm. Not knowing that they didn't copyright infringe this information. But let's go. Huxley said it that that is enough for a minute. We are free from superstitions indeed. That was a religious superstition, and this is a scientific superstition. Only in and through that superstition came life giving ideals of spirituality. Whereas, in and though this modern superstition came lust and greed, that superstition was worship of God. And this superstition is worship of filthy liquor, of fame, or of power. That is the difference. To return to mythology, behind all the stories, we find one idea standing supreme, that man is a degeneration of what he was. Coming to the present times, however, we find that modern research seems to repudiate, repudiate, repudiate this position. Absolutely, evolutionists seem to entirely contradict this assertion. According to them, man is the evolution of the Malus. You know what the fuck a Malus is? And therefore, what mythology states cannot be true. There is in India, however, a mythology which is able to reconcile both. Listen, both of these positions. Indian mythology has a theory of cycles, that all movement is in the form of waves. You know, same shit in all the other places. They figured the same shit out. No need to, every rise is attained by a fall. Every rise is attained by a fall, and that by a rise the next moment, that by a fall the next. Did you hear that? Let's read that again. That all movement is a form and ways. Every rise is attained by a fall, and that by a rise the next moment, that by a fall the next, and that again by another rise. Fucking waves, ups and downs, the pendulum swing. This is just how the shit goes. That's life. You're not getting away from that. And that's the thing with non-attachment that people got to understand. That's like the real deal non-attachment. You got to understand. It's not just about like, oh, people come and go out my life. They really nearly can do what the fuck they want to do. And, I don't care. I'm not attached to anything or anybody. That's not true because you're attached to your emotions. You attach to the way that you respond to certain situations. You're not willing to get out of your funky ass ways. You attach to that, and that's what causes suffering because we're attached to these things. So you're attached to your ideology. But pretty sure Mr. Swami Vivekananda, aka Mr. Discernment here, will discern through that. The motion is in cycles. Certainly, it is true, even on the grounds of modern research, that man cannot be simply in evolution. Every evolution presupposes an involution. Sounds like some Kabbalistic talk. The modern scientific man will tell you that you can only get the amount of energy out of a machine which you have previously put into it. Something cannot be produced out of nothing. If a man is an evolution of the mollusic, mollusic, mollusic. Sorry, y'all. Let's look that word up. Let's see. Let's see. Damn, Jerome. He said, Jerome, I'm just typing for the knowledge. Don't read all this. Mollusic. Let's see. Siri, define mollusic. Mollusk. Okay. Nope. We're just gonna type it in on Google. Mollusk. Oh, okay. Mollusk. Let's see. See, Siri always trying to correct what I wrote, and I wrote what I tried to spell. Asshole. An invertebrate of a large phylum, which includes snails, slug. Oh, okay. So like a snail or a slug or something. Octopus is like, oh, your little slime ball. What up, slime? Okay. They live in aquatic and damp habitats. Okay. That's some same type of shit that's going on in the Gnostic scriptures as well, too, ain't it? Okay. So let's see. Okay. Mollusks are large groups of invertebrates that include snails, clams, octopuses, and more. Okay. So now that we know that it's m- mollusk, mollusk. Okay. In modern times, oh shit, we way past that. Man, what the fuck are we? Hold up. The modern scientific man will tell you that you can only get the same amount of energy out of a machine, which you only get the amount of energy out of a machine which you have previously put in. Something cannot be produced out of nothing. If a man is the evolution of mollusk, then the perfect man, the Buddha man, the Christ man must have been involved in the mollusk. If it is not so, whence came the gigantic personalities? Something cannot come out of nothing. Let's see what he's getting to here. Let's see what he's getting to here. The first insect that emerged from water. Okay. 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 There was a great discussion going on as to whether the aggregate of materials we call this body is the cause of the manifestation of the force we call the soul. Hmm. There is a great discussion going on as to whether the aggregate of materials we call this body is the cause of the manifestation of the force we call soul. See, and that's the problem going on right now with science because they still think the brain produces consciousness. They think the brain produces consciousness, which is why we have a fucked up understanding of what consciousness is. We heavily associate consciousness with the mind. They're close, but nowhere near close. But that's another day for another topic for another presentation I'll be bringing. That this body is the cause of the manifestation of the force we call the soul, thought, soul, and thought, and so on, or whether it is a thought that manifests this body. The religion of the word, of course, hold that the force called thought manifests the body, and not the reverse, right? There are schools of modern thought which hold that what we call thought is simply the outcome of adjustment of the parts of the machine, which we call the body. The body, my bad. Taking the second position, that the soul or the mass of thought or whatever you may call it is the outcome of this machine, the outcome of the chemical and physical combinations of matter making up the body and the brain, leaves the question unanswered. What makes the body? What force combines the molecules into the body form? What force is there which takes up material form, the mass of matter around it, and forms my body one way, another body another way, and so on? What makes this infinite? Hold on. What makes this infinite distinctions? To say that the force called the soul is the outcome of the combination of molecules of the body is putting the cart before the horse. I know this is no news to anybody here. How did the combinations come? Where were the where was the force to make them? If you say that some other force was the cause of these combinations, and the soul, which is now seen to be combined with a particular mass of matter, is itself the result of combinations of these material particles, it is no answer. That theory ought to be taken, which explains, hold up. That theory ought to be taken, which explains most of it, if not all, most, if not all, of the facts without contradicting other existing theories. It is more logical to say that the force which takes up matter and forms the body is the same which is manifested through that body. Oops, we've been past that page. Sorry. The cult of quantum. They are trying to count everything. Can you count love? Love is real. Facts. They won't see, that's the thing about it. They want to quantify everything. And that's what I've been talking about on my last what's the names, which I'll get deeper into. They want to quantify everything. They want to see, this was the problem with the material world. Everything is attached to materialism. Can I count it? Can I see it? Can I touch it? Can I feel it? You see what I'm saying? Let's bring you more into the ego. Let's check what's going on over here. Oh shit! If you on Instagram, why you ain't over here on YouTube? I'm sorry, y'all. Let me drop the YouTube over here. Y'all over here on Instagram watching. Y'all better than me because I can't watch no lives on Instagram. So if you over here on IG, please come over here and kick Cosmic P with the team. Damn, did it even post in the comments? If you on IG, please come over to YouTube. Let's see. Y'all, I had some Nashville hot chicken today. Mm-mm-mm. If you ever had the real deal, then you know it's gonna get ugly tonight on the morning. Hopefully tonight, bro, so I can wash my ass. I ain't got time to be goddamn getting busy out there tomorrow and your stomach get to grrr, grrr. I don't know. Hopefully it's posting over there on IG, y'all. But we back at it over here. Um, what was I at with this? Hey, Jerome, Sunshine Chick for real, man. And I got damn hot. That's the heat level. While I was on the phone with my girl, I'm like, nose running. That shit clean you out, boy. I tell you that right now. Your ass clogged up. Get you some of that damn Nashville hot chicken, the real deal shit. Don't worry about it. All them sinuses is gonna be cleaned the fuck out. You gonna pay for it when your ass sit down on that toilet seat. So have that shower water running. Have that bath. Probably don't want to sit in the bath water with that knees. Have that shower running so it can get down them crevices and clean you on up out. You're like, damn, humans, bro. Humans and our fucking senses. Yeah. All right, where we at? Damn, y'all done lost my page. Where we at? Um, what is the force that manifests itself through the body? Okay. I never saw anybody eat. Okay. What is what is a force that manifests itself through the body? It is obvious to all of us whether that force what whatever that force be, that it is something which takes particles up, as it were, and creates form out of them, human bodies. No one else comes here to manipulate bodies for you and me. I have never saw anybody eat food for me. Am I on the right? Let's see. Oh shit, I skipped the whole thing. Parts. Hold up, y'all. Car before the horse. Okay, we read that. That theory ought to be more contradicting. It is more logical to say that force which takes up matter and forms a body is the same which is manifest through that body. To say, therefore, the theory ought to be taken which explains most of it, if not all of it, of the facts which contradicting other existing theories. It is more logical to say that the force which takes up the matter of forms, the body is the same which is manifested through that body. To say, therefore, that the thought forces manifested in the body are the outcome of the arrangement of molecules and have no independent existence has no meaning. Nor can force evolve out of matter. Rather, it is impossible to demonstrate that what we call matter does not exist at all. It is only a certain state of force, solidity, hardness, or and or any other state of matter can be proved to be the result of motion. Increase of vortex motion imparted to fluids give them the force of solids. A mass of air in vortex motion, as in a tornado, becomes solid like, and by its impact breaks or cuts through solids. A thread of a spider's web, a thread of a spider's web, if it could be moved at almost infinite velocity, would be as strong as an iron chain and would cut through an oak tree. Looking at it in this way, it would be easier to prove that what we call matter does not exist. But the other view cannot be proved. What is the force which manifests itself through the body? It is obvious to all of us, wherever that force be. I mean, it is obvious to all of us, whatever that force be, that it is something which takes particles up, as it were, and creates forms out of them, aka the human body. None or no one else comes here to manipulate the bodies for you and me. Oh, the aliens, the Anunnaki came here and built our bodies up. Okay. I never saw anybody eat food for me. I have to simulate it, manufacture blood and bones and everything out of that food. What is this mysterious force? Ideas about the future and about the past seem to be terrifying to many. To many, they seem to be mere speculation. We will take the present as our theme. What is the force which is now working through us? Okay, I know I stopped it. Let's see. Matter is hard light. He's working backwards above the frequency of gamma rays. It's hydrogen. Everything is light. It's not affirming forces, it's negating them. You eventually realize there is no force, but you need force to keep matter together. We live in a world of force. Necessarily, all is suffering while we're in the illusion. Force keeps it together, yet it does not exist. And that's why I get to going and talking about the Matrix. I'm like, hey, man, you get to talking about the Matrix and get to talking about Maya. You see what I'm saying? And get to talking about pure unconditioned consciousness and what's the byproduct of it. Like in this Vedanic shit, they give a lot of references to gold in the ornament, the rope in the snake, or fire and heat. Fire and heat is more plausible, more usable for this situation right here. With fire, without fire, with fire comes heat. It's just a byproduct of it. Just how it works. It's just how it goes. But we get means lumber in Latin, and the word for money is pecuna, like flowers. Appreciate you, Cody D. I ain't see you in here. Appreciate you for stopping by, showing up. You know what I'm saying? Kind of kick it with us. Okay. Damn, hold on, listen. Okay. Gravity, love is an acceleration. That's what hold it together. Gravity, that's not a force. Facts. I can see that. I can see that. And we read a book. What was we reading? The the pendulum swing of consciousness, or damn, what was it, y'all? Stalking the wild pendulum goes into that. Let me not get sidetracked. Because this motherfucker is about like 24 goddamn pages. We ain't done shit. So let's get to moving. We know how in the olden times, in all the ancient scriptures, this power, this manifestation of power, was thought to be a bright substance having the form of this body, which remained even after the body fell. Later on, however, we find a higher idea coming that this bright body did not represent the force whatsoever has form. It was discovered must be the result of combinations of particles and requires something else behind it to move. If the body requires something which is not the body to manipulate it, the bright body or the light body, by the same necessity, will also require something other than itself to manipulate it. Now we get into that Brahmin talk. If you know, you know. We also require something. We also, no. That something was called the soul. The Atman. Yeah, the Atman. If you're just joining, we have a free PDF that is pinned at the top of PDF study guide. Check that out. Download that to go over that after you finish watching this, or maybe you have to dip out early. I understand. It's all good. In Sanskrit, it was the Atman which, through the bright body, as it were, worked on the gross body outside. The bright body is considered as the receptacle of the mind. And the Atman is beyond that. This is what we're talking about, y'all. We have to go beyond the mind. We have, no, I am not the mind. I am not the body. What does that mean? We say it all the time in the spiritual shit, but do we know what the fuck that really leads to? Check out that study guide. I got there's some little shit up in there. It is not even and beyond that, and the Atman is beyond that. It is not even the mind. It works the mind. It's why am I not highlighting? God damn it. Gotta go highlight. You have an Atman. I have another. Each one of us has a separate Atman and a separate fine body. And through that, we work on the gross external body. Questions were asked about this Atman, about its nature. What is the Atman? This soul of man, which is neither the body nor the mind. Great discussions followed. Speculations were made. Various shades of philosophic inquiry came into existence. I shall try to place before you some of the conclusions that have been reached about this Atman. The different philosophies seem to agree that this Atman, wherever it may be, has neither form nor shape. And that which has neither form nor shape must be omnipresent. Time begins with mind. Space also is in the mind. Causation cannot stand without time. Without the idea of succession, there cannot be any idea of causation. Time, space, and causation, time, space, and causation, therefore, are in the mind. And as the Atman is beyond the mind and formless, it must be beyond time, beyond space, beyond causation. That's why when we read, when I did the what's the name, I was talking about when it in a Hermetic principle, where the first one, the principle of the whole of the universe, all is mind. The universe is mental. Yeah, the universe stops there. The mind stops at the edge of the universe. There's something beyond that. Something beyond that. Something beyond the mind. Hold on, I'm missing shit. Imagine 7 billion people and 7 billion that existed for before. So 14 billion fucks given. 14 billion fucks given times the amount people didn't conceive. It's like trillions of just screwery. This nigga preaching. Sorry for the nerd rant. I'm a nuclear engineer, a rare community that understands negation. Hey, now for real though, I understand you, Jerome. Now you good, you good. If it was something else, I'd be paying more attention. But we just got more pages to push through. But I appreciate you, bro. Don't ever feel like you doing too much in this chat. It's all love over here. It's all love over here, Jerome. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. Cause I'm telling you, see, here's the thing, Jerome. People come back and watch the replay and see comments. You see what I'm saying? So even if I can't see it at the moment, or the people who in the chat seeing it at the moment, it should mean something. You see what I'm saying? Because we gotta understand, we leaving mental impressions on people. You see what I'm saying? So even if people find this shit entertaining more than something as sparking a level of self inquiry or self realization, it don't matter. They take it on to their next life. You see what I'm saying? I understand how mental impressions work. I understand how the subconscious mind work. That's why I keep doing it. So now keep dropping that shit in the comments. But we all gotta believe in numbers. And mouths and earth is being used until it's destroyed, basically. Basically, just say basically. I say basically to that too, Cody D. Now, if it is beyond time, space, and causation, it must be infinite. Then comes the highest speculation in our philosophy. Hold up, Jerome just said he's a nuclear engineer. God damn, Jerome. Follow me on IG, man. Follow me on IG. I want to see some of that nuclear engineer shit you doing. I don't know. I ain't met nobody who a fucking nuclear engineer. Follow me on IG, man. That's some dope shit. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why we create these communities, because you get to meet people of various backgrounds. This shit is beautiful. I love that shit. I'm glad you found this page, Jerome. We know we beat black intellectuals down. I have BSD. We have beat black intellectuals down. I have P. I understand, bro. Yeah, I know what we come up under. Nerds winning now. Nerds winning now, buddy. The infinite cannot be two. If the soul be infinite, then can be on. Hold on. Let's see. Hold up. The infinite cannot be two. Do you hear? This is Vedantic gets into non-dualism. See, y'all remember we studied Samkhya Darshan. That's a dualistic system. In some of the Vedantic, if these people of Vedanta take some of that cosmology and use it, but they go past Purusha and Prakriti. See what I'm saying? So, because we're getting into the non-dualist. I like this non-dualism shit. Appreciate that. She dropped the He said I'm posting your PDF and email. Not she, but he said I'm posting your PDF and email. Okay, that's a bit, Jerome. That's a bit. That's a bit. But it's all apples and strawberries and trips to Florida and just a big part. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Cody D? Yeah, Sunshine Chick just dropped the Instagram, y'all. If y'all here and you don't follow me, if you just found, that's my Instagram right there. So we get into non-dualism here, right? There's only one. That's why I keep telling people, you tell me, I'm God, I'm God, I'm God. Like, duh, you God, because there's nothing else to be. Literally. When you come into that realization, you kind of look corny to yourself. I'm not saying to me, I'm just saying, but to myself, I come into understanding like, damn, because I ain't been like that for a couple years now. It took some while. It was I was a while of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Coming to Bobby Hemming and Brother Panic. You know, I'm God. I'm God. And like then it's like, damn, what the fuck? What? There's nothing else to be. You have no choice but to be God. God the petty. God the happy. God the ignorant. God the smart. God the beautiful. God the nasty. God the evil. That's all that there is. If the soul be infinite, there can be only one soul, not multiple souls, which we would get in more of a Samkhya aspect, right? Multiple Purushas. But even in Samkhya, didn't they give us, they show us Purusha and Prakriti, but then at the top, they still show us Shiva, which is pure unconditioned consciousness. So some people may call pure unconditioned consciousness Shiva, some people may call it Brahman, Atman, or some people may call it god damn it, shit, we ain't gonna do that. There can be only one soul, and all ideas of varies, and all ideas of various souls of your having one soul and having another, and so forth, are not real. The real man, therefore, is one and infinite, the omnipresent spirit, and the apparent man is only a limitation of that real man. Do y'all hear that? Let's read that again. The real man, therefore, is one and infinite, the omnipresent spirit, and the apparent man is only a limitation of that real man. In that sense, the mythologies are true in saying that the apparent man, however great he may be, is only the dim reflection of the real man. Highlight, highlight, highlight. However he may be, the real man, the spirit beyond cause and effect, not bound by time and space, must therefore be free. This is what I'm telling you. When we're talking about the matrix, we trapped in the matrix, we trapped in the matrix, we trapped in the matrix. This body, the ignorance is, these senses are, but what you are truly is not. It has never been trapped. It has never been in whatever we want to call it, hell and this and all that. It's never been there. Cody says sometimes, so I don't have an Instagram. I do have a clearance. Oh, okay, okay. See, damn, we got how many niggas y'all know walk around here with a clearance? That high level clearance. Them motherfuckers can't even have Instagrams and Facebooks because that fuck around and be a goddamn a matter of national security. Nigga fuck around have an Instagram and be hacked and they leak all the goddamn nuclear secrets. But all right, Jerome, that's what's up. Send me that email. Damn, how you got you got my email? Oh, because it's on a Google Drive. I think you get my email. Okay, that's a bit. Cody D says sometimes I wish people were more pessimistic, but who likes the truth? I hate the translators. Consciousness is a poor word for what that is. One of the places white translators hold up. Damn, one of the places white translators up while we struggle with the mind thing. So hold up. Now, I don't believe this was translated by a white person. This was translated by Swami Nikolananda. I can't say it. Swami Nikolananda. But But when it gets translated, like you said, but when it gets translated, it's you get to put these words into English. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like we get mixed up with mind and consciousness, thinking mind and consciousness is the same goddamn thing. So like, oh, I'm conscious, brother. I'm conscious, brother. Like, duh, you always conscious. The only thing that exists is pure unconditioned consciousness. Now you saying consciousness is a poor word for that. What would be another word that you would use instead of consciousness? Jerome, let me see what you saying. God damn, it's too many goddamn comments, y'all. Oh, he said you got it. Okay, okay, okay. So basically, you saying the same thing. Okay, let's go. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Um, he has never been. He was never bound and never could be bound. I got to get a different because I got some highlight because we ain't even got to the meat of this goddamn book. I'm sorry because we having commentary as well. But y'all know how these book reads go. We gonna be here for some hours. That's just how it is. Cause I love this shit. Okay, he was never bound and could not be bound. The apparent man, listen, the apparent man, which the materialized man, right? Right? The reflection, right? The mind, right? Is limited. See, here we go. Your mind is limited. Your physical body is limited, right? Is limited by space, time, and causation, and is therefore bound. Hold on. Is therefore bound. Or in the language of some of our philosophers, he appears to be bound, but really is not. The matrix ain't got you. If you wanted to have you, then it's got you. Let me go get my other highlighters. You're not bound. Get your unbound ass out there and live life. And I'm slick mad because I ain't bring no cold water up here. But I got some water. Damn, Cody said water has a dictionary of English. Damn. Hey, listen here, Cody. You over there speaking in mystical terms, brother. I don't know what that means. Water has a dictionary of English. Damn. Like those tests with water made different forms, told different words. But how does water even know words then? Just a thought. God damn. See, listen, we finna go into some deep philosophical self inquiry dealing with Cody. Let's finish this goddamn chapter. This is the hold up. This is the reality behind our souls. This omnipresence, this spiritual nature, this infinity. The soul is infinite. Therefore, there is no question of birth and death. You were never born and you will never die. Yes, this body will. Yes, this mind eventually will. Even though we know our mind carries over to the next body, that's how we karma, and that's how we, hey, some children were being examined. The examiner put to the rather hard questions, and among them was this one: why does the earth not fall? He was, why does the earth not fall? He wanted to evoke answers about gravitation. Most of the children could not answer it at all. A few answered that it was gravitation or something. One bright little girl answered it by putting another question: where should it fall? Ooh, huh. You highlight that little girl. One bright little girl answered by putting another question: where should it fall? The first question is nonsense. Where should the earth fall? There is no falling or rising for Earth. In infinite space, there is no up or down. Up and down are only in the relative. Listen, up and down are only in the relative. Let me highlight this again. Let me highlight that too. Spend all these money on these damn highlighters and you get them and they already fucked up. Where is any going or coming for the infinite? Where's the any or going for the infinite? If you infinite, where you going? Ain't coming back no more. Where you going? Whence should it come and whither should it go? Thus, when people cease to think of their past or future, hold up. When people cease to think of their past or their future, when they give up the idea of the body because the body comes and goes and is limited, then they have risen to a higher ideal. The body is not the real man, neither is the mind. I'm just gonna be highlighting all day. The body is not the real man, neither is the mind. For the mind waxes and wanes. Huh? It is the spirit beyond, which alone can live forever. The body and the mind are continually changing and are in fact the only names of series of changeable phenomena. Listen to that. Let's say that again. It is the spirit beyond, which alone can live forever. The body and mind are continually changing and are, in fact, only names. So the body and mind are only names. Remember, we talked about the names. Are only names of series of changeful phenomena, like rivers whose waters are in a constant state of flux, yet present the appearance of the unbroken streams, but yet present the appearance of unbroken streams. All right. No one has the same body for many minutes together. No one has the same body for many minutes together. Huh? And yet we think of it as the same body. Your body is always catabolic and metabolic, building up and breaking down right here, right now, while I'm sitting and doing nothing. I think Swami Vivekananda said one thing like, oh, one of these sages said, or maybe it's in the Upanishads where we're talking about the man who knows that inaction is action and action is inaction. But basically, both of them are action. When you're doing nothing, you're doing something. When you're doing something, you're doing something. That's a wise man. Let's see. Every particle in this body is continually changing. No one has the same body for many minutes together, and yet we think of it as the same body. So, with the mind, one moment is happy, another moment is unhappy, one moment is strong, another weak, and ever changing whirlpool. That cannot be the spirit, which is infinite. Change can only be change can only be in the limited. Limited is the only place where change happens. It cannot be. You can move and I can move as limited bodies. Every particle in this universe is in a state of flux, but taking the universe as a unit, as one whole, it cannot move, it cannot change. Motion is always a relative thing. I move in relation to something else. Any particle in this universe can change in relation to any other particle. But take the whole universe as one, then in relation to, but take the universe as one, then in relation to what can it move? Do you hear that? In what relation can the universe move if it's only just it? There has to be a secondary. There ain't no secondary. There is nothing besides it. So yeah, let me highlight that. There is nothing besides it. So this infinite unit is unchangeable, immovable, absolute. And this is the real man. Let's highlight that. Yeah, we highlight us. If you just joining, please click that link that's pinned to the top. We got the free study guide PDF for you, you know, courtesy of the Cosmic P Pushers. And it seems like people like it, so more people comment about the free PDF, then I'll make one for each goddamn chapter. Because it's good to get it broken down in that sense anyway. Because this is some heavy shit. Like I said, we just really at the beginning. Our reality, therefore, consists in the universal and not in the limited. This is an this is an old delusion, however comfortable it may be, to think that we are limited little beings, constantly changing. People are frightened when they are told they are a universal being everywhere present. That think about that. Being told that you infinite, that's fucking terrifying to people. That scares the shit out of them. They shit their pants, bud. You gonna shit your pants once you find out you're fucking infinite, right? But at the same time, they don't want to die. They want to live forever. But when you tell them they infinite, they this infinite being, pants shitters. What Trevor talking about last night? They throwing shit missiles. You tell somebody they're infinite, omnipresent, forever, non-changing being. I want to hear that. That's voodoo. That's witchcraft. Oh my dear, you have no idea. Whatever book that you believe in tells you the same goddamn thing. But through everything you work, through every foot you move, through every lip you talk, through every heart you feel, people are frightened when they are told this. They will again and again ask, they will again and again ask you if they are not going to keep their individuality. We're tied to our ego, our sense of I-ness and myness. I am this and that is mine, and I'll die to protect what is mine. Remember at the beginning, I told y'all Swami Vivekananda had that talk with John D. Rockefeller, and that's what John D. Rockefeller get that own nothing, controlled everything. Having this talk, having Vedanta type conversations, led that man to that, and that's why I like to own nothing, control everything. It makes sense because you don't own shit. You don't own this body. You're renting it. You renting this VR headset. It's like Blockbuster. You renting this movie. Eventually you got to return the cassette back to where it comes from. What is individuality? I should like to see it. A baby has no a baby has no mustache. When he grows to be a man, perhaps he has a mustache and a beard. You know what I'm saying? Like you get a beard around him, huh? You know what I'm saying? Homie, get a bird. A bird. I got a bird. I should like to see the baby has no mustache when he grows to be a man. Perhaps he has a mustache and a beard. His individuality must be lost if it were in the body. If I lose one eye or if I lose one of my hands, my individuality would be lost if it were in the body. Then a drunkard should not give up drinking because he will lose his individuality. A thief should not be a good man because he will thereby lose his individuality. Indeed, no man ought to change his habits for fear of this, nor can individuality be in memory. Suppose, on account of a blow on the head, I forget all about my past, then I have lost all individuality. I am gone. I do not remember 2 or 3 years of my childhood. And if memory and existence are one, then whatever I forget is gone. That part of my life which I do not remember, I do not live. That is a very narrow idea of individuality. Let me check IG. Because if you over here on IG, why have y'all not come to YouTube? Let's see here. See what Jerome says. Oh shit, I'm missing a lot of comments. Let's see. Okay, Cody tied into the reptilian brain. Damn, I'm missing a lot of shit. And social acceptance. Don't leave me behind. Facts. He's unfortunately wrong. You have you have to have it without tyranny. Again, without force. Damn well, I don't know what you're talking about, Jerome. So I'm missing. People have to gravitate to each other. That's the middle path. Example, both segregation and integration fail because both involve force. Okay, what's the middle path? The middle path where you take both of the sides and you unify both. See, because when we dealing with, we can go, let's see here. Oh shit. Where's my picture? If you technically want to use this map that they call the Kabbalah, the middle path is taking the force and the form and negating the whole, which they would call a path of consciousness, right? Where you're taking both force and form and putting them together and working these things out. So you would take the divine masculine, divine feminine principle, or you can take the force and the form aspect and walk down that middle path instead of choosing the full right path. Obviously, that's unbalanced. Or choosing the full left path. Obviously, that's unbalanced. That's why you need that middle pillar. So that middle pillar is what brings balance to this whole thing, right? Instead of being sectarian, is what we're talking about here. I need this shit sitting over here with me like this. Let's see. Okay, to be the one life is happening to, or be the one happening to life. The constructed person versus the created person. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Negating. Say no more. You really get it, brother. I'm a fan. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm glad you found my page though. I'm glad you found my YouTube. When you do get the time, obviously not tonight, but I know you subscribe, so check out some of the past videos. Even because I only started my YouTube last year, but obviously that's not like if you watch my last video on monitoring spirits, because that's something that people are obsessed with now, and me on the type of shit that I'm on, and people over here that fuck with me, we not worried about that, but it was something, a cool research study to do. And I gave a little bit of my background history on there because I'm the type of person I fuck with people once I learn their background as well. Now that may be my ego finding something to identify with in that person, even if we don't have the same stories, like this little human connection that I like. But we all still having a human experience, right? So you go back and watch that video, I give like a brief overview because that's not even detailed from the shit that I come from and been through, which we all been through shit. It's not that I'm fucking special, but still, what led me down this path to spirituality or the occultism. So yeah, check that out when you get the chance, Jerome. Um, where we at? There is no individuality except in the infinite. That is the only condition which does not change. Everything else is in a state of flux. Everything keeps changing. I'll study before I come strong like this next time. I could do due diligence and do my research first. Hold on, what you talking about, Jerome? You sound like you already know about Gyang Yoga anyway. Gyanya. Gyanya Yoga, however you want to pronounce it. I even hear people from India pronounce it in multiple ways. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, got you. Cody says like the two face. Jane is God. One face aesthetically happy, grand, optimistic about life, or mournful, sad, in the pits about it. No in between for the woman. Janus for men. Facts. Okay. We are struggling towards individuality, and that is the infinite. That is the real nature of man. He alone lives whose life is in the whole. Hold up. That let's go back. We are not individuals yet. We are struggling towards individuality, and that is the infinite. That is the real nature of man. He alone lives whose life is in the whole universe. Ah, okay. He alone lives whose life is in the whole universe. The more we concentrate our lives on limited things, the faster we go towards death. Those moments alone we live when our lives are in the universe. And others, in living, hold up, what the fuck? And others, and living this little life is death, simply death. And that is why we fear. And that's why the fear of death comes. The fear of death can only be conquered when a man realizes that so long as there is one life in this universe, he is living. To death. Zero, my motherfucking dog, Zero. Coming all the way from Mexico. Standing on fucking Principal. What you talking about, Cody? Monitoring spirit. My friend was like, "Do you want to hang out? If knit, what's that?" Cody, you need to write a mystical book or some shit. The way that you talk, Cody be speaking in code on this motherfucker. Cody speaks occultism. Fact, there's only one life. Appreciate you, Zero, for showing up. Like you don't always show up, but why not shout you out every motherfucking time you show up, my guy? Appreciate you, bro. When he can say, I am everything and everybody. Listen, when he can say, I am everything and everybody, I am in all lives, I am the universe, then alone comes a state of fearlessness. To talk of immortality, and constantly changing things is absurd. You got to think about that. That is absurd to people because everything is constantly changing. So you talking about something being immortal. Something about their ego don't like that. Let's see. Says to talk of immortality in a constantly changing things is absurd, says an old Sanskrit philosopher. It is only the spirit that is the individual because it is infinite. Infinity cannot be divided, and infinity cannot be broken into pieces. It is the same one undivided unit forever. And this is the individual man, the real man. The apparent man is merely a struggle to express, to manifest this individuality which is beyond. Evolution is not in the spirit. The spirit is not evolving. Now, you need to understand, we over here in the West, we say spirit is that which does not live forever and the soul lives forever. So you got to understand which ones he's talking about by the context clues that he's giving. He's talking about the infinite one, obviously. Infinity cannot be divided in infinity. Infinity cannot be divided. Infinity cannot be broken into pieces. It is the same one undivided unit forever. And this is the individual man, the real man. The apparent man is merely a struggle to express, to manifest this individuality. Evolution is not in the spirit. You got to understand, everybody's chasing this, right? That's why I tell people, like, we talk about people saying people are not spiritual. That's a lie. See, now we may be more on a direct path of spirituality, those of us here, right? But everybody's on a spiritual path because everybody's chasing the same thing that have the same attributes of God: peace, love, happiness, joy, safety, fulfillment. People chase that in trying to get money. People chase that in relationships. People chase that in buying material things. People chase that in jobs. People chase that in careers. People chase that in drugs. People chase that in the bottle. They're chasing the same thing. Everybody's looking for God down here. Everybody's struggling to get to this individuality, the true individuality, not the ego sense. All right. These changes which are going on, the wicked becoming good, the animal becoming man, the wicked becoming good, and animal becoming man. Niggas is incarnating straight from animals. Believe it or not. I don't care what you believe. Take them in what it damn, he said it too, damn. Take them in whatever way you like, are not in the spirit. They are the evolution of nature and the manifestation of the spirit. Suppose there's a screen hiding from me. There's a screen hiding you from me, in which there is a small hole, which I can see some of the faces before me. Just a few faces. Now suppose the hole begins to grow larger and larger, and as it does, so more and more of the screen before me reveals itself. When at last the whole screen has disappeared, I stand face to face with you all. You did not change at all. It was the whole that was evolving. Do you hear that? It was the whole in the screen that was evolving. It was the manifest reality that was evolving. It is nature that's evolving. And you are gradually manifesting yourselves. So it is with the spirit. No perfection is going to be attained. You are already free and perfect. Mm, mm, mm. I know that's hard for some people to grasp, but hey, another day. Yes, everybody is the soul searching for itself, but some or a lot doing it in a way that is not the straight path. Facts. He didn't say path, but he said straight. Facts, though, zero. Facts. So they not directly on that path and realization of that. But ultimately, we are all on the same shit. Some just taking a longer way. It's like if you know the front door is the way to walk out and get to the mailbox, why would you go upstairs, out the window, around the back of the house, jump off the roof, and then land in the backyard, hop over the gate, and come all the way to the front door? Come all the way to the front door to check your mailbox. Some people rather take that path. What are these ideas of religion and God and searching for hereafter? Why does man look for God? Why does man in every nation, in every state of society want a perfect ideal somewhere? Here we go. Either in man, in God, or elsewhere, because that idea is within you. It was your own heart beating, and you did not know. You were mistaking it for something external. It is the God within your own self that is impelling you to seek Him. I just said this, to realize Him. Let's highlight that. It is a God within your own self that is impelling you to seek Him, to realize Him. After long searches here and there in temples and churches, after long searches here and there in temples and churches on earth and in heaven, at last you come back to your own soul, completing the circle from where you started, and find that all He whom you have been seeking all over the world, for whom you have been weeping and praying in churches and temples, on whom you were looking as the mystery of all mysteries, shrouded in the clouds, is the nearest of the near, is your own self, the reality of your life, body, and soul. God damn. I just seen WT comment. That shit was fire. I'm finna read that shit again. If you're on IG, why? Bring y'all ass over here. Please. Sunshine Chick, that's you? Fearless Fury? What? Sunshine Chick, you be okay. Okay. What the hell? This whole time, I never knew the hell Fearless Fury was. Oh no, this a fearless flyer. Okay, no, it's another person what's that shit called? What's that shit called? Hey man, if y'all on over here on Instagram, come to YouTube, my gnosis on YouTube. That's what all the happening is happening at. I don't see the comments on IG. I just put it up so people can see it. But some people stop by, you know. But no, it's another person named Fearless Fury on Threads. They be trying to troll, but they don't know. They find out every time that they try to troll me that I'm childish as hell. So yeah, my bad, Sunshine Chick. Fearless Flyer XO. Okay, let's see here. So yeah, I see it. I see it now. Sunshine Chick. Maybe this other person, Fearless Fury, be trolling like a motherfucker. I be having fun with their ass. Okay, come on. Let's read this again. It says, it says, it is the God within yourself that is impelling you to seek Him, to realize Him. After long searches here and there in temples and in churches, on earth and in heaven, at last you come back to your own soul, completing the cycle from where you started, and find that He whom you have been seeking all over the world, for whom you have been weeping and praying in churches and temples, on whom you were looking as the mystery of all mysteries, shrouded in the clouds, is the nearest of the near, is your own self, the reality of your life, body and soul. Now here we go. Now in this, oh damn, I have not been changing the page. I mean, y'all just been listening, which is cool. It's okay. And Sunshine Chick, she dropped the PDF in the chat anyway. Sunshine Chick, if you can, drop that PDF again for those. Okay, so here they have a side note, like some commentary by the Swami who translated this. So let's see what this is. So, mm, non-dualistic Vedanta speaks of two souls. What? How the fuck is already saying non-dualistic? Then it's talking about two souls. Let's see though. Non-dualistic Vedanta speaks of two souls, as it were, the real soul and the apparent soul. Okay, the universal and the individual, the absolute and the phenomenal. The real soul, which is the same as Brahman, is pure consciousness. There we go. Sunshine Chick dropped the PDF in the chat. The real soul, which is the same as Brahman, is pure consciousness, birthless, deathless, and beyond time, space, in the law of causation. The apparent soul is the one which we deal with on our daily practical life. See, now, what does that mean he's saying? He's talking about this what we call spirit, which would be the apparent, and the eternal soul, which would be Brahman, right? The apparent soul is the one which we deal in our daily practical life, which identifies itself with the body, senses, and mind, and is subject to birth and death and other phenomenal changes. In reality, there is only one existence. But while we're in the world of appearances, names, and forms, we talk about a spirit. In reality, there is only one existence, designated as Brahman. Through Maya, or metaphysical ignorance, the apparent multiplicity is created, and Brahman appears as the individual soul in the universe. So, Purusha. Brahman appears as Purusha. By means of spiritual discipline, the individual soul ultimately recognizes its oneness with the universal soul. Throughout this book, the word soul, when Throughout this book, the word soul, when it denotes Brahman or pure consciousness, has been split with a capital S. All right, a capital S, When it denotes the individual soul, it has been split with a small s. And so when you get over there reading Upanishads and other shit, when they translate they have the capital S self and the lowercase s self, which is the same thing. Let me highlight that. I know it, but just it's good to have it right there. The small is, except in a few instances where, in order to emphasize the soul's potential divine nature, it has been spelled with a capital. The same applies to the word self. Oh, he said it right there. The same applies to the word self. Let's see. Okay. The self is your own nature, asserted, manifested. You are not to become pure. You are pure already. You are not to become perfect. You are that already. Beyond. Hold up. You're that already. Nature is like a screen which is hiding the reality beyond. Prakriti, Maya, Bina. Huh? Every good thought that you think or act upon simply tears the veil, as it were, and the purity, the infinity, the God beyond is manifested more and more. This is the whole history of man. Finer and finer becomes the veil. More and more of the light behind shines forth, for it is the nature to shine. Everything is presented in consciousness, including the mind. Everything appears in consciousness. Everything, just like this light. Consciousness is the light. That's why we keep on going back to light, enlightenment as a metaphor, right? As a metaphor, right? Everything is illumined by the light. Everything is illumined by pure unconditioned consciousness. Okay, I'm seeing what you're saying, Jerome. I guess something about Nikola Tesla basically came from this text. Yeah, see, and they was all alive at the same goddamn time. If I'm not mistaken, Vivekananda met up with them as well too. If I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Every good thought. Let's read that again. Was your okay? The light is a realization of who we truly are. The shadow is the ignorance. Hoo, 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 hoo. Oh yeah, we were saying Musk's Island. Sounds like Elon Musk, huh? Huh. Okay. No one lights a lamp and puts it in a closet. You put it in a window to light the house. Okay. The light is a realization who are truly are in the shadow of ignorance. Jerome said you're not. Okay. Let's see. Every good thought that you think or act upon simply tears the veil, as it were, in the purity, I keep, y'all know I get tongue twisted and shit. The infinity, the God behind, is manifested more and more. This is the whole history of man. Finer and finer the veil, more and more of the light behind shines forth, for it is its nature to shine. It's the nature of consciousness to shine. The self cannot be known. Hold up. The self, you see, because I got a video coming. When it comes, you'll know. But I ain't gonna get into it. I'm gonna just read over this all casually. But for those that know, they know. The self cannot be known. In vain we try to know it. Were it knowable, it would not be what it is. For it is an eternal subject. Knowledge is a limitation. Knowledge is an objectification. It is the eternal subject of everything, the eternal witness of the universe, your own self. Knowledge is, as it were, a lower step, a degeneration. We are that eternal subject already. How can we know it? Big Jim right there. Big Jim. I ain't gonna go into deep detail about it, but that's a big Jim. The infinite self is the real nature of man, and he is struggling to express it in various ways. Otherwise, why are there so many ethical codes? Where is the explanation of all these ethics? Remember, I was just talking about morals and ethics on my story for those that watch me. One idea stands out as the center of all ethical systems expressed in various forms, namely doing good to others. The the guiding motive of mankind should be charity towards men, charity towards all animals. But these are all various expressions of the external truth that I am the universe. This universe is one. Are you seeing what he's saying? These latent impressions that go around every fucking society, every religion. They have these mental samskaras, these mental thought forms that have been passed down. Where does it come from? Think it came from one man who had a realization with God, or did it just was it automatically encoded into what the fuck man is? Some underlying factor knows that all is one and one is all. It doesn't need to have a book to teach you that. It's inherent in you and what you truly are. I am the universe is one. Or else, where is the explanation? Why should I do good to my fellow man? Why should I do good to others? What compels me? Is it it is sympathy, the feeling of sameness everywhere. The hardest heart sometimes feels sympathy for other beings. If you know anybody who's a killer, they I'm telling you, bro. I told you in my last video. Like niggas who kill us, them niggas is the most softest, most sympathetic people you will ever fucking meet. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a fact. This is what I know. This is not watching rap videos and watching hood to hood DVDs. This is what I know. Them niggas is really sympathetic. I swear to God. Sometimes overly sympathetic. And that emotion takes control of them is which why they taking people life over some bullshit. If you are on IG, bring your ass over to YouTube TV. Let's continue. Even the man who gets frightened if he is told that this okay, yeah. Even man who gets frightened if he is told that this assumed individuality is really a delusion, that it is ignoble to try to cling to this apparent individuality, that every man will tell you that. Hold on, let's read that again. Even the man who gets frightened if he is told that this assumed individuality is really a delusion, that it is ignoble to try to cling to this apparent individuality, that that very man would tell you that extreme self-abnegation is the center of all morality. And what is perfect self-abnegation? It means that it means the abnegation is or the it means the abnegation of this apparent self, the abnegation of all selflessness. The idea of me and mine. Now we get into the ego, the ahamkara, right? The idea. Check out the study guide that's pinned at the top. It has all that you need to know about this chapter. The idea of me and mine, ahamkara and mamata, is the result of the past superstition. And the more And the more this present self passes away, the more the real self manifests. All right? That's key. The more, hold on, let's read that again. The idea of me and mine, ahamkara, and mamata is the result of past superstition. The ego is superstition, is what he's saying. And the more this present self passes away, the more the real self becomes manifest. This is the true self abnegation, the center, the basis, the gist of all moral teaching. And whether man knows it or not, the whole world is slowly going towards it, practicing it more or less. Remember, this is some 1865 shit right here when he had this lecture. Does it still reign true today? Is it still standing on principle? Is it SOP? Standing. Matter of fact, hey y'all in here, can I please get some SOPs in the chat? I ain't seen no SOPs all night. Come on, let's get some SOPs, standing on principle. I know we got some new people here who don't know, so let's show them what it is. We standing on principle, cosmic principle. Yeah, even beyond the cosmos. SOP, stand on principle, standard operating procedure, stand on purpose. There we go. We got an SOP. We got an SOP. We just gave one SOP. Where y'all at? Damn, that's how y'all gonna do it. That's how y'all gonna do it. Damn. Y'all rocking like that? One SOP? All right, Cody. Two SOP? God damn, can't nobody else type of SOP in the chat? Come on, man. I thought I would love. I thought you loved me. I thought you loved me, but you're cheating on me. How you gonna love me and cheat on me? We can't get there. We go. SOP by WVT. WVT. All right. All right. Hit that like button too, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. Yeah, I'm guilt bumming y'all now. Like, damn. Y'all can't even put SOP in the chat? 3 letters? Damn. Three motherfucking letters? Just 3 motherfucking letters? Damn. Okay, there we go. There we go, gang. All right. Now let's get back to it. All right. Go to some guilt bombing us now. Guilt bombing the hell out of you. This is the true self and abnegation, the center, the basis in the gist of all moral teachings. And whether man knows it or not, the whole world is slowly going towards it, practicing it more or less. Only the vast majority of mankind are doing it unconsciously. Ain't that what we just said, y'all? That's exactly what we just said. Now, everybody's on the same path, but a lot of people doing it unconsciously and no focus and no intent with the way that we doing it. We have way more of clear intent. That's the only difference. Everybody's doing it though. But one glimpse of that infinite reality which is behind, but one spark of that infinite fire which is the all, represents the present man. The infinite is his true nature. What is the utility, the effect, the result of this knowledge? In these days, we have to measure everything by utility. See, this is what we're talking about. Everything's so materialized. Material. How can I measure it? What it is, man. How many pounds, shillings, and pence it represents? What right has a person to ask that truth should be judged by the standard of utility or money? What? Come on, man. What right has a person to ask that truth should be judged by the standard of utility or money? That's that new age shit. It's that new age shit, and that's why people going through what the fuck they go through. They under the illusion that they're going through something, but you under that illusion. You're trying to base what you are. See, and people basing what they love, and if they love you, and if you high value or low value, based off of your utility, based off of money. How useful are you to me, nigga? If you ain't useful, kick dog, kick rocks, kick the bucket on them folks. Suppose there is no utility. Will it be less true? Mm. Utility is not the test of truth. Nevertheless, there is the highest utility in this. Happiness, we see, is what everyone is seeking for, but the majority seek it in things which are evanescent and not real. No happiness was ever found in the senses. There never was a person who found happiness in the senses or an enjoyment of the senses. Happiness is found only in the spirit. Therefore, the highest utility for mankind is to find this happiness in spirit. That sound like, oh, that's nice. That's what all, yeah. No, nigga, that shit is real. I'm a living testament of it. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all out there are too. But don't get me wrong, I still indulge in the senses, but still understand what true happiness lies because had that experience and understanding and living in it as much as I can. And life seems to work out fucking smooth with me. I ain't gonna lie to you. The next point is that ignorance is the great mother of all misery. Maya, Prakriti, Bina. The next point is that ignorance is the great mother of all misery. And the fundamental ignorance is to think that the infinite weeps and cries, that it is finite. And the fundamental ignorance is to think that the infinite weeps and cries, that it is finite. What I got a video on here says the most evil spirit to ever exist, and you need to stay away from, which is clickbait. But what did I tell y'all that was? It's ignorance and fear. Ignorance and fear are the spirits that you need to stay the fuck away from. I mean, they exist for a reason, but you get what I'm saying here, right? I'm saying what the fuck he just said. This is the basis of all ignorance, that we, the immortal, the ever pure, the perfect spirit, think we are little minds. We are little bodies. What am I at? I want to preserve it, to protect it, to keep it nice at the expense of other bodies. Did you hear that? Let's say that again. The immortal, that we, the immortal, the ever pure, the perfect spirit, think we are little minds. We are little bodies. It is the mother of all selfishness. As soon as I think I am the little body, I want to preserve it, to protect it, to keep it nice at the expense of other bodies. Then you and I become separate. As soon as this idea of separation comes, it opens the door of all mischief and leads to all misery. Then this is a utility of knowledge. Here we go. This then is the utility of knowledge, that if a small fractional part of the human beings living today can put aside the ideas of selfishness, narrowness, and littleness, this earth will become a paradise tomorrow. But with machines and improvements of material knowledge only, remember, that's their material sciences, proton, neutrons, new energy sector, and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? It will never be so. These only increase misery. As oil poured on the fire increases the flame all the more. Without the knowledge of spirit, all material knowledge is adding fuel to fire, only given into the hands of the selfish man. One more instrument to take what belongs to others, to live upon the life of others instead of giving up his life for them. Is this practical? Is another question. Can it be practiced in modern society? Truth does not pay homage to any society. Do you hear that? Truth does not pay homage to any society. There's no society that just has the truth. It's not just the African shit. It's just not the native indigenous shit. It's not the Asian shit. It's not the energy. Egyptian shit, not the Indian shit, not the Russian shit. It's none of that shit. Truth does not pay homage to no society, ancient or modern. Society has to pay homage to truth or die. Damn, let's highlight that. Boy, he got real with this shit. Truth does not pay homage to any society, ancient or modern. Society has to pay homage to truth or die. Society should be molded upon truth. Truth has not to adjust itself to society. You hear that? Truth ain't got to adjust itself. You need to adjust yourself to truth. And this is what we talk about when we say SOP, standing on principle. We talking about truths that pervade no matter time, no matter culture, no matter race, no matter sex, no matter nothing. Truth pervades all. This is what standing on principle means. This is what pushing cosmic P means. If such a noble truth as usefulness cannot be practiced in society, it is better for a man to give up society and go into the forest. If such a noble truth as unselfishness cannot be practiced in society, it is better for man to give up society and go into the forest. Let's see here. Let me see. Hold up. All the countries suck. All their countries suck anyway. Uh, I wouldn't agree with that, Cody. I wouldn't agree with that. Only thing Mexican come up is with its tacos and tomatoes. Well, I will tell you this, Cody. I know you're joking, but still, Mexico come up with a lot more shit, and we depend on Mexico for a lot of shit other than tacos and tomatoes. Now, that is good as fuck though, because America ain't good at shit. If you think about it, I'm gonna be quite honest. We don't produce a goddamn thing. That's the part that suck. We don't produce shit. That's the GD. That's why the GDP fucked up. But that's a whole nother story. We produce music and other shit like that, But you got to understand the whole of this country is nothing but. Oh yeah, come on. And I can't forget. And now if we talking on some real shit, Mexico has produced this guy right here, and I'm gonna tell you this one right here is something so goddamn. Hey, that's my dog. This my dog, and not just because he's my dog, because he really about his father's business. This spiritual shit right here. And you can't forget. Oh man, my God, let's not go into a history lesson. But I know you was joking, Coda, but obviously, but still though, no real shit though. See, and like, what did he just say? Okay, Coda, let's go back. What did he just say? We judging off of value of utility. You see what I'm saying? We're judging off of value of utility. What do they produce? What do they make? What do they got? They don't got this. They don't make that. They don't, and I'm not picking on you, Coda, but I'm using an example. You made yourself an example with this one. Like, where's the realness of all of that shit? What does that mean? What did he say? Let's go back. Let's go back. What right has a person to ask that truth should be judged by the standard of utility or money? You gotta understand. I I'm in Texas right now. Oh, okay. And then, like I said, I know you joking around. You coming here to fuck around and shit. So I ain't taking it serious. I ain't taking it serious at all. But we do got somebody here, a proud Mexican right here, zero. You know what I'm saying? Proud and very, very in depth about this business right here. Like I don't even meet Americans. You know what I'm saying? Not I don't meet. There's not even many Americans who take this information as serious as this guy right here. And he barely think about it. He over here doing occult studies and shit with us and this, and he barely speak English. He speaks it good enough so you can understand, but he barely speaks English. I ain't never met a Mexican or Hispanic that's into this type of information. They may be into Santeria, or they may be into Palo, you know what I'm saying, or Ifa, you know what I'm saying, but they ain't on this level that I'd admit this guy is on. Yeah, and then zero, every country got that shit. America full of shit it goddamn self. America is the corporation. Now, you know, I come from a family of indigenous people of this land, you know. So well, they have us believe we African Americans and shit. But that's another story. Let's not even get into that. Okay. If such a noble truth of unselfishness cannot be practiced in society, it's better for a man to go give up society and go into the forest. See, you can do that over there. And that's why I be trying to tell people, like, listen, check this out, man. That type of mystic path is not our dharma over here. It's not our duty over here. It's not our group soul's dharma. Your ass can't go live in no forest. Well, that is federal property. And there's even stories of how that shit was the national forests were sold forests. The national forests were sold to the goddamn Chinese by the Bush administration. You can't live in a forest over here. In India, you can go do that shit. They practice their mysticism like that. You can't do that over here. You can't do that over here in America. That's why I be trying to tell people. So like our dharma is different. We have to. You know what I'm saying? I have to, hey, put my cash up in the what's the name and ask for donations. You see what I'm saying? You have to take your ass and go to work and pay bills. You got to here. Everything is taxable over in this motherfucker. Everything is taxable over here in this motherfucker. We don't get to go live in a goddamn forest and get off grid for as long as we can. Maybe, you can do a little bit, but even then, you go live off grid and get you a van and you got to pay for gas, you got to pay for tires, you got to pay for this, you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do the best you can do, but as far as just living off in the mystic forest, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit ain't happening for us, which means it may not be in the dharma of us over here in the West. See what I'm saying? We don't. It's not that easy accessible to do that. And how long will it last before they catch your ass and lock you up for living on God's green earth? Of course, you got the homeless, but like, how mystical can you get? The homeless live in the cities. Homeless don't live on the countrysides. Homeless live in the cities. This is the daring man. There are two sorts of courage. One is the courage of facing the cannon, and the other is the courage of spiritual conviction. An emperor who invaded India was told by his teacher to go and see some of the sages there. After a long search for one, he found a very old man sitting on a block stone. The emperor talked to him a little and became very much impressed by his wisdom. He asked the sage to go to his country with him. No, said the sage. I am quite satisfied with my forest here, said the emperor. I will give you money, position, wealth. I am the emperor of the world. No, replied the man. I do not care for these things. Listen, I do not care for these things, the emperor replied. If you do not go, I will kill you. The man smiled serenely and said, that is the most foolish thing you have ever said, emperor. You cannot kill me. Me, the wind, cannot dry. Fire cannot burn. Sword cannot kill. For I am the birthless, the deathless, the ever living, omnipotent, omnipresent spirit. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Niggas ain't turning that down. The emperor, what? Rich? Money? What? I'm gone. Cause we so materialized nowadays. Let me highlight that. And that's what you're supposed to be embodying. That life. That life. You don't need to express it to nobody and prove it to nobody and speak out loud like that's who you are and that's how you move. And you just need to have that internally, that fierceness of your spiritual conviction. This is spiritual boldness, while the other is the courage of a lion or a tiger. That's a lot. Listen, this is spiritual boldness, while the other is the courage of a lion or a tiger. The other one is trying to a- attack, like the emperor. Do what I say, or your ass is grass. The other one was like, I ain't doing shit you say. I'm standing on mother. This is SOP right there. Let me write that in the book. SOP. That's standing on principle right there. Standing on purpose. And that is our standard operating procedure. And this is the cosmic P pushes over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. During mutiny of 1857, there was a Swami, a great soul, whom a Mohammedan mutineer stabbed severely. Damn. The Hindu mutineers caught and brought the man to the Swami, offering to kill him. But the Swami looked calmly and said, my brother, thou art he, thou art he, and expired. This is another instance. What good is it to talk of strength of your, of your muscles, of the superiority of your Western institutions? You get like, now remember, he came to London to speak like this in the 1800s. Jaw checking their ass, chin checking their ass. Bitch, y'all act like y'all so hard over here. Like y'all act like y'all so big guns and nuclear weapons and well, one no nuclear weapons in 1865, but still. What good is the use to okay? What good is to talk about the strength of your muscles, of the superiority of your Western institutions, if you cannot make truth square with your society, if you cannot build up a society into which the highest truth will fit? What is the good of this boastful talk about your grandeur and greatness if you stand up and say, this courage is not practical? Is nothing practical but pounds, shillings, and pence, basically forms of money, right? Or things that can be measured. Is nothing practical but pounds, shillings, and pence? If so, why boast of your society? That society is the greatest where the highest truth become practical. That society is the greatest where the highest truths become practical. This is my opinion, and I agree. And if society is not fit for the highest truths, make it so. And the sooner, the better. Stand up, men and women, in this spirit. Dare to believe in the truth. Dare to practice the truth. The world requires a few hundred bold men and women. Just a few hundred. Practice the boldness which dares know the truth, which dares show the truth in life, which does not quake for death, nay, welcomes death, makes a man know that he is the spirit. That is the whole universe. Nothing can kill him. Then you will be free. Then you will be free. Then you will be free. I like that, Jerome. Cult of the quantum. I like that. Oh, Cody, hold up. That's cool. I'm pretty sure even the Egyptian couldn't conquer Ethiopia, even in ancient times. I'm Eastern European and Southern Italian. Cody, you in America or you in Europe? Then you will be free. Then you will know your real soul. Yeah, I agree. So everybody gonna meet somebody that they can't conquer. You see what I'm saying? Everybody gonna meet something that they can't conquer. Everything is gonna meet something that it cannot conquer. That is the nature. Oh, you in New York? Okay, okay, okay. So you in Eastern time zone. It's 11:21 where you at. Okay. The Atman is first to be heard of. The Atman is first to be heard of, then thought about, then meditated upon. Check that PDF that I have pinned at the top. There was a great tendency in modern times to talk too much of work and decry thought. Doing is very good, but that comes from thinking. Listen, y'all. because we live in a Western society where everything you have to do, you have to do, you have to work, you have to work, you have to work. Our parents, our great grandparents, all they want to do is see you work, 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 work. And that seems to give you some quantifiable. That's part of the quantum cult. I like that, Jerome. The quantum cult. Let's put that up here. The quantum cult. Work, 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 work. To your goddamn last damn days. Fuck that. This is work for me. This is what I like to do. This is ain't even work, but I love this. This is what I'm gonna do. I mean, obviously, I gotta do what I gotta do to get some goddamn bills paid because I live in the West. Let's not be silly here, right? But I would never fall under that goddamn. I won't. I left the cult of the quantum, and I just observe it and use what I can use what I can use out of it to be able to come now. You know what I'm saying? Be on YouTube. You know, do whatever the fuck I got to do. I got to buy the books off Amazon. And appreciate everybody for them donations from the last video. I went and bought 7 more books and some vitamins because a nigga needs some vitamins. So yeah, had to get some vitamins. So I appreciate y'all those donations that come through. They are very much appreciated. Much motherfucking gratitude. Straight up. Because I use that to get back into what the fuck I'm doing now. I ain't using that shit to goddamn go to the strip club. Buy some new goddamn Jordans. Which I do buy those things, but damn, when's the last time I bought some Jordans? God damn. Like that shit don't even mean shit to me no more. That shit don't even mean shit to me no more. Um, hold up, Jerome. Let me type it in the chat. Um, um, $. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it right there, Jerome. But like that shit don't even mean shit to me no more, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, like I still had that shit in me. I still, you know what I'm saying, get fresh and put something on literally every now and then. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but this bro, my Amazon, how much money I spent on Amazon, I need to start an Amazon store, all these goddamn books and shit. All right, let's get back to it. Cause we got we got 1.5, we got 1, 2, we got 2 pages left, y'all. So we're gonna be out of here real soon. Damn, he said he gave me some notices before an 80-hour work week. I'm gonna have to put in some numbers, something similar to my guy. Understood. I feel the same. A lot of things like I like in the past has no meaning no more. Facts. Facts. Facts, zero. Facts. Like, and it, your desire for so much worldly shit just dwindles down once you have these levels of realization. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even trying to be on no. It's not. It's apparent. Everybody that I know that goes through the self realization process, their desires for shit dwindles. Now, that does not mean that I don't want a fresh pair of shoes. That does not mean that I don't want a crib. That does not mean that I don't want a car. That does not mean I don't want to one day be able to go to fucking Disney World or Universal Studios. You know what I'm saying? That does not mean I don't want to be with the woman that I'm with. Hell no. I still got some desires, but my my over my heavy over my overly heavy emotional attachment to these things is what's making the heart heavier than a feather. We've had these conversations, y'all. Y'all know. Yeah, it's insane though. Real shit though. It really is. But it's insane to us. That's because we become to a certain point. But back then it wasn't so insane to us. It's all about the money. It's all about the exciting times and fun clubs and you know what I'm saying, all the women and for the ladies, all the men and you know, but we grow and we move past that. So we can't throw shade on them. It's just not our lifestyle no more. Stand up, men and women in the spirit. Dare to believe in the truth. Dare to practice the truth. The world requires a few hundred bold men and women. Ain't that what Bobby used to say? We don't need all black people. Or we don't need all people to be conscious. We just need a handful. That's it. Right? Which dare show the truth in life, which does not quake before death. Nay, welcomes death. Makes a man know that he is the spirit. That in the whole universe nothing can kill him. Then you will be free. Then you will know your real soul. The Atman is the first to be heard of, then thought about, and then meditated upon. You, so, and that's what they teach in the Vedantic society, right? They teach you need to listen to the guru, take in and reason with the information that you just received, meditate upon it, read the text, listen to the guru, get the translation, get the understanding and the meaning, and whatever the fuck I just said. Oh damn! I thought you was asking me, Jerome, do I have desire? See, that's the difference, right? That's the difference, right? That's the difference, right? Do you have desire, or does desire have you? That's a big fucking difference. Desire will always be there in its own right. It always comes from God, or it wouldn't be there. Facts, facts, facts. So don't suppress yourself or your desires. Just reason and get the understanding of like, okay, why the fuck do I really want this? Do I need this? Like, what the fuck? Why am I trying to, or do I? You got to go through the self inquiry process, shadow work. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you, come on, man, if you grinding out your fucking life to hopefully get a 401k that probably ain't gonna be here. The Atman is first to be heard of and then thought about and then meditated upon. There's a great tendency in modern times to talk too much of work and decry thought. Doing is very good, but that comes from thinking. Little manifestations of energy through the muscles are called work. He slick with that. Little manifestations of energy through the muscles are called work, but there is no thought. There will be no work. But if there is no thought, there will be no work. Why am I not highlighting? Hold up, y'all. Let me highlight what I didn't highlight. I honestly missed some shit in the last paragraph. Doing is very good, but that comes from thinking. Little manifestations of energy through the muscles are called work. But there is no thought. But where there is no thought, there will be no work. Feel the brain. Therefore, the high thought. Hold up. Feel the brain, therefore, with high thoughts, with the highest ideals. Place them day and night before you, and out of that will come great work. Is that not what we dropped in the monitoring spirits video? Is that not? All right. Think high thoughts. That's the greatest protection you can have, a pure heart. Feel the brain, therefore, with high thoughts and the highest ideals. Place them day and night before you, and out of that will come great work. Talk not about impurity, but say that we are pure. Talk not about impurity. Don't talk about the impurities. Don't talk about the demons and the devils and the game stalkers who's watching you. But say that we are pure. Say that we are protected. Speak in a sense of there are no enemies. What's the name? No obstacles will apprehend you. No way pop. No obstacles will apprehend you. Prosper over pain. Damn, y'all, there's too many goddamn what's the names coming through. Hold up. We have hypnotized ourselves into this thought that we are little, that we are born, and that we're going to die, into a constant state of fear. There was a story about a lioness. Oh, I heard this one. There's a story about a lioness who was big with young, going about in search of prey, and seeing a flock of sheep. She jumped upon them. She died in the effort, and a little baby lion was born, motherless. It was taken care of by the sheep. Check this out. I know y'all heard this before. It was taken care of by the sheep, and they brought it up. It grew up with them, ate grass, bladed like the sheep. And although in time it became a full grown lion, it thought it was a sheep. One day another lion came in search of prey and was astonished to find that in the midst of the flock of sheep was a lion, fleeing like the sheep at the approach of danger. He tried to get near the sheep line to tell it. He tried to get near the sheep line to tell it that it was not a sheep but a lion. But the poor animal fled at his approach. However, he watched his opportunity and one day found the sheep lying sleeping. He approached and said, "You are a lion." "I am a sheep," cried the other lion. It could not believe the contrary, but bladed. The lion dragged it towards a lake and said, "Look here. There is my reflection, and there is yours." Then came the comparison. The sheep lion looked at the lion and then at its own reflection. In a moment came the idea that it was a lion. The lion roared, bleated, bleeding was gone. That's what self realization does to you. That's what self realization does to you right there. You're you are lions. You are the soul, pure, infinite, and perfect. The might of the universe is within you. See what I'm saying? So once you have self realization, you no longer are in fear about some monitoring spirits. You're no longer in fear about what the government is doing. You're no longer worried about none of that. You're no longer moving like a sheep. You have those fears that don't exist within you no more. How could it when you know you the infinite? How could it? Think about that. How could it exist in you? Scoop that shit up and get it out of you, man. That's no obstacles will apprehend you. Prosper over pain. There is no desire or misery for thee. Hold up. Hold up. Why weepest? Hold up. You are lions. You are the soul, pure, infinite, and perfect. The might of a universe is within you. Why weepest thou, my friend? There is neither birth nor death for thee. Why weepest thou? There is no disease or misery for thee. Thou art like the infinite sky. Clouds of various color come over it. Play for a moment, then vanish. Hey, come play. Come play in the game. Damn. Is my shit tripping? What the fuck? Can't be right. It can't be right. Bro, it's literally telling me that nobody is even in here watching with me. Yeah, okay, the VT see it too. Zero see it, Jerome still coming, everybody still coming, but it says I have no views. What the fuck? Damn. Like I see all y'all here, Hasaj is still here. Like, what the fuck? What? Let's get back to it. Play the game. You can play the game. You can play the game. Jim, Jim's even here. Jim ain't said shit the whole goddamn time. But Jim's still here. What the fuck? You're Neo. Cody said you Neo. I mean, well, shit, y'all. It's obvious that y'all still here, but according to YouTube, nobody's here. That shit crazy. All right. Hey, y'all hit the like button. If y'all hit the like button, I'm pretty sure all y'all have. But help a brother out. Help a nigga out. Um, it says play for a moment, then vanish. But the sky is ever the same, eternal blue. Why do we see wickedness? There was a stump of a tree, and in the dark, a thief came that way and said, "That is a policeman." A young man waiting for his beloved saw it and thought it was his sweetheart. A child who had been told ghost stories took it for a ghost and began shriek. But all the time, it was a stump of a tree. We see the world as we are. Remember what we broke down in the monitoring spirits video? How we don't interact with reality directly. Deletion, distortion, generalization. Remember, right? Experiences creates thoughts, thoughts creates beliefs. Beliefs create how we interact with reality. So we see the world as we are. Suppose there's a baby in a room with a bag of gold on the table, and a thief comes and steals the gold. Will the baby know it was stolen? That which we have inside, we see outside. The baby has no thief inside. Hold on. The baby has no thief inside and sees no thief outside. Damn. The baby has no thief inside and sees no thief outside. Come on now. What it's saying about something about like be like a child to enter the my father's heaven or something like that? Huh? Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. So, with all knowledge, do not talk of the wickedness of the world and all its sins. Weep that you are bound to see weakness. Oh, hold up. You should be weeping that you are bound to see wickedness. Yet, weep that you are bound to see sin everywhere. You want to help the world? Do not condemn it. Do not weaken it more. For that, for what, okay, for what is sin and what is misery? What are all these but the results of weakness? Do not weaken it more. For what is sin and what is misery? For all are these but the results of weakness. The world is made weaker and weaker every day by such teachings. And if you've been over here, you know we don't talk like that. We don't move like that. We don't think like that. We don't speak like that over here. If you're doing that, you're not standing on P. You're not pushing cosmic P. Let's put the emoji in the chat. This the cosmic P shit here. hmm Boom. Yeah. We pushing cosmic P. We don't speak like that. We don't move like that, and we don't think like that. It is. We standing on cosmic P. So with all knowledge, do not talk of wickedness of the world and all its sins. Weep that you are bound to see wickedness. Yet weep that you are bound to see sin everywhere. If you want to help the world, do not condemn it. Do not weaken it more. For what is sin and what is misery? What are all these but results of weakness? The world is made weaker and weaker every day by such teachings. Men are taught from childhood that they are weak and sinners. Teach them that they are all glorious children of immortality. Even those who are the weakest in manifestation, even those who are the weakest in manifestation, you still got to understand that you are the almighty, powerful, pervading, the unconditioned. Teach them that they are all glorious children of immortality, even those who are the weakest in manifestations. Let positive, strong, helpful thoughts enter their brains for from very childhood. Lay yourselves upon to these thoughts, and not to weakening and paralyzing ones. You heard that? Lay yourself upon these thoughts, and not to weakening and paralyzing ones. Oh, I'm lazy. Oh, it ain't working out for me. Oh, I don't know why I keep attracting this type of woman. Oh, I don't know why I keep attracting this type of man. I don't want love. Love ain't for me. I'm just broke. I'm family broke, and I just lay it the fuck up off of them thoughts, buddy. Lay the fuck up off of them thoughts. Understand this. Read the text. Study the text. Meditate upon the text. Reason with the text. Listen to the guru. I'm not calling myself no guru, so don't get that understood. I ain't your goddamn guru. Say to your own minds, I am he. I am he. Let it ring day and night in our minds like a song. And at that point of death, declare, I am he. That is the truth. The infinite strength of the world is yours. Drive out the superstition that has covered your minds. Let us be brave. Know the truth and practice the truth. The goal may be distant, but awake, arise, and stop not till this goal is reached. There we go, y'all. We have finished the chapter on the true nature of man. What do y'all think about that? Hold up. What do y'all think about that? Talk to me. Does this sound like something that y'all can continuously come back every Sunday and listen and read along and discuss in the chat? And like I said, I will continuously create a study guide. All right. Oh, well, guru means heavy with knowledge. See, I didn't know that. Maybe you are one. Who knows? Well, okay, I guess I'll take it then. Your guru. I am your guru. I am your guru. I am your guru. Yeah, Zero. You never late to the party, brother. You never late to. And yeah, facts. Guru is that. Yeah, that's what ascended is spoken upon. That's where the ascended masters go to Hased or Jupiter or Gijula if you study the Kabbalah. So are y'all, does it sound like something? I need people in the comments. I need more people in the comments. Is this something that y'all will be willing to come back and study and do this group study and discussion? So what are we gonna do? If I don't get enough yeses, this shit is over with. I need some yeses in the chats. Yes, 100 emojis. Here, drop a period. Here, drop an explanation point in the chat. Let me know. You can play incognito. It's all good. All right. Jerome say yes. Cody say yes. Zero say yes. And if you checking this out on a replay, drop a comment. Say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. Baby. Hell yeah, I can do this every Sunday. Goddamn. Lady rubbing my whipped cream on a microphone got 6.4 views, and they playing with your number. Hold up, WVT. You see what WVTC? WVT said. Hell yeah, I could do this every Sunday. Goddamn lady rubbing whipped cream on a microphone got 6.4 thousand views, and they playing with your number. This is where it's at, yo. All right, all right. So we have agreed that we're gonna come back on Sunday and continue Gyung Yoga. Gyung Yoga. And if you are just joining, remember there is a free PDF download. Next time the PDF download will come with your email. I would like to ask you guys for your email just in case, because see what he's saying right here, 6.4K views, and they playing with my numbers. Y'all was literally here and they took all the views away, like no views, nobody's watching. So the next time, so because this is the shit that can happen with big tech. So we get an email list going. I'm not gonna fucking spam y'all or none of that shit, but I'll be working on a better platform than YouTube. You see what I'm saying? That way we can all stay in some form of connectedness. I was thinking about like doing a like a chat, like what's that shit called? Like what's those them little chats called? Telegram or something? But like when I used to be in Telegram, that shit get too over fucking whelming, man. That shit get too overwhelming. But I figure something out. I figure something out. But yeah, the next one we're gonna have a little landing page. You put your email in and subscribe, and I keep your emails just in case. Like, hey, maybe even send out a newsletter or some shit. But that's gonna be also gonna be the way. That's also gonna be a way that you will be able to receive the free PDF downloads as well through that email list. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna build up the email list and do what we got to do to not just solely depend on YouTube, because you know YouTube one day they can flag me. You know what I'm saying? I know Trav said they did him like that for some shit, probably from a video years ago, and they don't even tell him what video that they flagged him on. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna just completely depend on YouTube for that type shit. So with that being said, the free PDF download is in the chat. It's pinned in the top of the comments, and if you rewatching this video, it's in the description as well. I already got you taken care of. You just saying that air, Benet. Oh shit, I thought that was all you gotta do is say yes. And that's Floetry, ain't it? Unless they remade that song. Floetry. I thought Floetry made that. Technocracy. Tech technocracy. Technocracy. It's a political fight on a different convo. No, that's facts. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate the fuck out of y'all for showing up. As always, make sure y'all standing on motherfucking cosmic P. Standing on principle, standing on purpose. And that's our standard operating motherfucking procedure. And what do we always say? No obstacles will apprehend you, prosper over pain. Always love, gratitude, peace for y'all showing up. You know, like I say, sometimes you never know. A nigga might pop up and just do a random live. Maybe not. Maybe you just gotta wait to see me next Sunday because I'm working on some other videos like I did with the monitoring spirits. So appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Jerome, for showing up and actually fucking with the channel, fucking with the information that we pushing out, bro. I know you said you got that 80-hour work week coming up. Go on and push through that shit. Do your goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Cody, peace. Jim, peace. Zero, peace. Hasaja, well, not peace to you, but peace to everybody else. It's all love, y'all. Remember, keep that shit in your mind. What he just told you. Don't sit and soak up that other shit. How fucked up the word is, and how much this and that. I'm infinite consciousness, pure bliss. That's the only true, real reality that I am. Peace out, motherfuckers. Peace, 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 motherfucking peace.